wins all throughout the weekend here with our block party. Sentinels only team that has been here every single day.
Oh my god, I forgot about the block party.
They've been putting in a ton of work to support the community that's coming out, and you hear the crowd. They love these guys.
Yep. Yeah, I already submitted my Holo 10s card to PSA. Hopefully I'll get that branding back soon.
You are ridiculous.
And flip that on eBay later.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and see if we can bring out their opponents here in just a moment. But there goes the Sen Boys as they get ready for this matchup. It's going to be a tough one, but let's welcome their opponents to the stage. It's 100 Thieves. And again,
It's
you got
Kyle.
so many people in the crowd here excited for this one. Lots of 100 Thieves fans coming through as well.
Oh.
To prepare as well for this upcoming matchup, so they've known for quite some time now, and I'm expecting similar stuff that I kind of went over in that telestrator. Good preset plans, good ideas to try and get that early advantage, snowball it. And there's a bit of beef between these two teams, and we were kind of alluding to it, I think, at the beginning of this block before we even got into this game here. But we've just, you know, bang, moving over to Sentinels. These 100 Thieves boys, they're kind of out for blood, honestly, a little bit. Now, I mean, I'm sure it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek ever so slightly, but there is that rivalry between these two teams, not just the history over these entire years of VCT that has existed as a competition where they've played countless times, but even just internally, these players, they want revenge, I think, for what ended up happening this year.
Yeah, they most certainly do, Wyatt. Let's see what we get with the maps here.
I'm excited to see this map pool. And, okay,
Pearl?
From Sentinels, 100
Pearl?
taking us to Haven.
Split.
That is very interesting. And then we have Split for the last map. On
Pearl is
keeping a close eye on Cryocells, because a couple years ago when Pearl was in the map pool, his opping was unbelievable on defense on that map. There was a game, in fact, against Sen.
Wait, what?
Down. He goes on defense, drops 20 plus just on that half with the op to bring 100
I remember that one.
It's outrageous. But at kickoff, his opping was some of the worst we've actually seen from him. I need to see a bounce back from him, and he could carry them over the finish line on this first map.
Yeah, the pressure is on for both of these teams, I think, in terms of just showing expectations.
1,000.
But with Sentinels having performed so poorly at Bangkok, they're going to be wanting to come into this match setting the kind of tone and pace, I think, early on for stage one. And for 100 Thieves, it's a little bit about revenge as well, and actually showcasing that they're not just going to be going out early whenever they get the chance to play in some of these tournaments. This is the big one here. The map pool, I think, is shaking up as well to be really quite interesting. You've got big maps that allow for a lot of slow macro play. It's really going to be coming into, I think, the calling to some degree as well for these teams. Opening with Pearl and Haven, we are going to be in for a treat.
Absolutely.
Hey ho! Wait, why is my headset so white?
Taking us to what we've been seeing from them. Hell of a lot of Zekin on Yoru. John QD playing the Tejo, Zelsis his Vice, and towards the end of kickoff, really starting to heat up. He was having some of the best maps he ever played.
That is
into the double
Neon?
Yeah. This comp now, the teams are playing on Pearl more and more so.
He did say Neon, so I guess
incredibly fast rotates on defense or attack.
he wasn't lying. I want to see Waylay.
On defense, you're gonna be able to Euro TP exactly where the action is. Neon's gonna be able to follow.
Pearl Haven
It's gonna be
split.
difficult, I think, for Sentinels on their attack. They're gonna have to push and pull very effectively to ensure they're not running into Stacks players.
It's funny that going into 2025, everybody was so annoyed at Asuna playing Neon after getting bested by Jerwin in an off-season tournament. But then in kickoff, his Neon was phenomenal.
Well, folks, the arena's packed, the hype trains are running, and the subs are being gifted all over the place. So let's go ahead and get this show started, shall we? And send it over to your casters. Who better?
Oh my god.
That's right, we're ready to get into this matchup. It's good.
I should have gone to the block party. I forgot about it.
Bringing out the same comp here for Pearl. 100 Thieves bringing out a third different comp and 3 plays now, and they're going with a double duelist comp this time on Pearl.
Exactly. You can't start week 1 of VCTs without
What
an
does-
El Clasico, or as Xander
Bang,
likes to call
bang,
it,
bang.
the El Clasico. And I like to call it that way too. But the most important thing into those changes that you just mentioned, Riviton, for 100 Thieves is the first time that Cryocells picks a Yoru. Ever. So now, when Wyatt's talking about, hey, I want to see a resurgence of Cryocells going into Split 1, how he's going to look like with the operator. He has a good chance to do this with this Yoru, especially on this map, and on the defense is where they start.
Interesting that their evolution has been a Killjoy and a KO to the KO and the Vise, and now a double duelist, but still keeping that Vise in there for 100 Thieves.
Oh my god, there's 4 here?
The B side here.
That's
with a bit of a default look
crazy.
towards the right, but great pressure as they push forward. John Cutie starts us off with first blood. Util cycling back and forth. Doesn't look like 100 Thieves wants to give up the space too much. They will continue to push back Sentinels to figure out how much they want this B long position. And great hold by Cryo as he already teleports back over to see what's going on at A.
And now we get into the mid-rounding where
Oh my
Sentinels
god,
with
there's
these that
3
we
of
just
them
talked about
mid.
in the video, where it comes down
The
to
power of
adaptability.
friendship.
If they're not facing against something that they're used to, they kind of just crumble. And this is a perfect example right here with this double duelist that 100 Thieves are coming out with. And we're in this mid-mark where Sentinels are kind of split across the map. Giving up here this B rotate in the very beginning because they were getting pressured by 100 Thieves. But they're slowly going back into this split.
Yeah, they're very healthy. Easy to keep peeking that long side. 100 Thieves are going to sniff this out and start leaning back to the correct way. Seeing the stars go down, they try and position for a bit of defense, but this street lurk could be huge once the engage happens. EU's eyes are on that position. Oh, but his eyes get closed really fast. Lights out for him, and Sentinels come flying through. Xander just able to creep around the backside of the site now as he waits for Cryo to come in. Zelsis and John Cutie trying to pressure the plant.
10 seconds left. Spike planted.
Oh,
No!
The creep in from Cryo, ever so quiet, is able to get that first one, and just a sliver of health here for Zelsis. It looks all too over here in favor of 100 Thieves.
What?
Zelsis says no. Zelsis says
No,
no.
he's
Does find out
crazy.
where Cryo is, gets out another vines.
Oh
Starts
my
to
god,
go a little
it
bit more.
misses.
6 shots in the ghost. Knows the defuse is a fake.
Oh!
Sees the leg, gets to play the time, gets to play the position.
Oh!
Behind the
Wait,
ball.
that worked
The
out!
vines go down. He's playing Cryo.
Oh!
And he gets Cryo. The triple coming in from Zelsis for the Red Bull Clark.
What a start!
What?
Going on this Vice on a 1v2.
He
Missing the
missed.
lines, going on to the spike, but still we just talked about adaptability, turning it back into its favor and keeping Cryo sticked onto the position. Even if he loses the duel, there's a possibility that Cryo loses from HP running back to the spike or losing on time.
He's already standing up. Bro's already standing up.
Big battle coming from both sides from the piss around. And it ends on a 1v1. Beautifully played by Zelsis. And Sentinels continues with early aggression on the A side. But so far for 100 Thieves, they've been reading the correct stacks from the pistols to the second round. Looking to once again maybe surprise through with Asuna at the point. But looks like finally they'll decide otherwise. Falling back from that smoke, giving a chance here for Sentinels to potentially take control of this long A and the orb. But they're just using this scenario to insert Zekin as the rest falls back to work towards middle.
Yeah, they look around, 3 towards a position, pull back. They did the same thing towards B last time Sentinels did. They feel comfortable having that kind of default on the map so they don't have to fully
I feel like whoever
regain
stands up
any position
loses,
to
so
reach
I don't
into it.
know.
Big map manipulation. So Zekin already TP'd back with everybody else. You see here now the inserts on the initiator of Narrate instead. So at that minute mark, they're trying to see if 100 Thieves are going to try to push out. But 100 Thieves have found a little gap. They've gone behind Zelsis. They might catch players off the rotate. Busio's going to hear this. It's going to keep the 2 players on the A side ready to go.
Spike down. Attacker spawn.
Did not expect that push up that far from 100 Thieves on this round after having sourced the map. Sentinels get caught off a bit, and the same thing goes for Xander here as Zelsis comes flying through mid, and now he gets to play the push and pull on the backside. That's going to be tough, but Asuna with another classic 3 coming up very fast. Cryo clears one. That's the round.
No way.
A big start.
Okay, now he's standing up.
100 Thieves, Busio catching the rotate and also dropping a spike. Even if the lurk was beautiful from Zelsis, the rest of Sentinels were not ready for the initial push towards the middle. That gap that was starting off towards the arc.
That's
Just over here,
crazy.
getting ready on that position. I mean, look at all these crossfires set up.
Thrifty.
Wait, I'm gonna stand there next time.
Chest pounding coming from both sides as they start off today. The third round now is going to be Phantoms almost across the board. We still see Boostio with the lower buy, but Sentinels with a death ball looking to clean up one of those weapons and see if they can't pull back a little bit with some power.
Exactly. Pack mentality. You already have a TP back towards the spawn. 100 Thieves are in a good spot here to just have the numbers to stop this push.
Ooh, tough spot for
Oh.
Xander. He's going to have to spray a bit. That's going to be a Phantom in the hands.
Of Narrate.
What is that? Zelsis? Narrate grabs it, but has to plant towards the right side now.
Zelsis.
Out towards the
Everybody.
church. big Vice ult coming out from Zelsis from how he popped off on the first and second round. That's going to delay the retake even more for 100 Thieves.
Keeping that
That's
Phantom protected here.
crazy.
You see it right in front of Zelsis on narrate. They start to move in.
Oh my god, that's all
Make the
of them!
distractions, break the crosshairs. The rest of 100 Thieves come through with shots over the shoulder of their teammate to clear the site. And John Cutie Sheriff has to really ring true here if they're going to find anything. Cryo cleans that up. A nice job.
Wait, they bought a
making sure
Phantom and
everything's
Vandal
clear.
the second
Another
round?
for 100 Thieves.
Very good
Oh my god, why does
split up here on that
why
retake.
does Twitch
It
do
was,
this?
it was a long rotate back after the Vice ult from Zelsis was popped out. So staying as a pack mentality on the defensive side allows for you to have better trades here with better weapons. Again, the only thing that they had on the side of Sentinels was that Phantom picked up by Narrate when Xander got caught a little bit off. But in the end, still a good round for 100 Thieves. Have better trades here with.
I don't know why my Twitch does that.
We talked about the op now. At the desk here from Wine already is about to get tested. And we talked about the op now.
Gonna do this?
We
Ooh.
talked about the op now. At the desk here from Wine already is about to get tested. Cryocells looking to get control on the top of B. It's fairly
Upping?
slow for Sentinels though. They are just trying to expect maybe that type of Euro peak TP away, so they just want to play it a little bit safe in the very beginning. They also don't hear too much.
Oh my god, he's
initiative
up
until they
so
come out.
far.
Finally, as the probably comes through, they know here that EU's playing towards Art. I'll try to push him back.
Super quiet. And everybody's kind of on a solo mission right now.
Yeah.
With that safety of gate crash, it's easy for Zekken to look for that first kill. You see the same thing as you were saying from Cryo, still pushed up long. So that information to be sourced at Sentinels is.
I know, they know it's not gonna be
because you also have
B.
Boostio and Asuna so far up street.
Everybody could be heavily focused towards the middle A side because of this position.
He
right here
ulted.
from Cryo. Even ults for information. This now confirms.
That's
that they get towards
crazy.
the A side, and Sentinels knows that they have to come through, but the decoy brings up the wall, and now it actually even slow things down even more. And now 100 Thieves are in a perfect spot.
The decoy brings up the wall is crazy.
Boostio on that lurk, so the focus is now towards A site. Zekken's trying to open this for his team. Maybe some.
I played Vibes for the first time the other day. It was
It's just gonna be some of the dry peaks.
very
Big
uncomfortable.
relay bolt coming out. Yeah, that's gonna be a hit and no more movement forward. But Narrate still finds Cryo. They're trying to
What?
get out of the way.
What?
These are the shots coming in favor of Sentinels until 100 Thieves close in from each side. It's however just Boostio left after the firefight inside the site.
Oh my
They know
god.
where he's at. It's been a while here since the action has continued. Ooh, finally spotted by John Cutie off that plan. Very nicely done
Okay.
as Sentinels are able to tie things up 2-2. 100 Thieves did a great job to delay as much as they could here with the information that they gathered, the wall that stopped things up, the stuns that came through from Asuna. But
I love
towards the
how
end,
their water
the
bottles are
first
unlabeled.
from Sentinels to re-hit back towards the site.
Yeah.
They were actually
No,
pretty good in those portal
no
calls.
sponsors.
With that space taken, space used. You saw
That's great.
Yoru walking up through, getting that art.
That's
area.
crazy.
Really nice job coming in. From
He got 2 there and they still
Zekken
lost.
just freely moving, and they said, let's take it again. And see if they can do.
Can we show
a little more
Zekken?
damage here?
I want to see him.
Some ults coming online soon, Vans.
Big ones for sure. We start towards Art, already spotting 2, but nobody to help out
2
on that.
and
But
then
that's
a
gonna help here.
3
Sentinels
and then
with
4.
the-
Is he
and
4 of
even
them?
behind. Also trying to close the gap, but he's alone.
Oh, he does hit Zelsis before he gets behind the smoke. Zekken joins the team, has to get out of dimensional drift.
Doesn't
Watch the
matter,
flank here,
doesn't
but it's actually
matter.
a ruse. Asuna's already run back.
And getting that pick or also forced out the Armageddon from John Cutie. Sentinels are ready to split towards
Yeah.
this A side, and it's so smart here for Asa to fall back, play the numbers, and also waste the time out of Sentinels. Now they only have a fatal to move forward and try to retake a site. At this point, it might be, we have to re-clear with Util. We give our positions away, but the Nightfall might be the key thing. So Narrate has to stay up so far, but he's about to peek up against Boostio.
They have this backpedaling information. Now Boostio can stay safe, but look, Asuna's
Oh,
still pushed up.
okay.
They didn't stay safe,
Good
stay
peek,
safe
good
there.
peek. They're peeking as a team now.
Break off by Sentinels, pressuring mid. They still have a lot of work to do. Inserted is Bang. But they got about 30 seconds to get back to this site, and they're going to have to work through 3 members of 100 Thieves to get that spike down.
Should be a lot easier though, as we mentioned, this Nightfall available. That should hit all 3 of them if they don't fall back. And it should be an easy take. But a grab well and a spam through, and it's a 1-for-1.
Yeah. Great utility usage. 1 for Asuna. Dashes it into the smoke, tries to get that spam, see where they might be.
Oh my god.
Goes in the ultimate. They're going to peek it, they're going to swing it together. Beautifully done by Sentinels in the moment.
They're swinging together.
John Judy and Bang whip their head back from getting
I'm so proud.
the overdrive, but thankfully the fundamentals continue here for Sentinels. It's been chaotic so far every single time that they went into these hits on the attack side of Sentinels. And we keep going back and forth. I'm just loving so far the communication and positioning from both of these teams. And it comes down to these raw fights where whoever steps up to the plate, whoever feels it more is going to take it. It's Narrate. He's been pretty good and consistent so far. And although an emotional player, he's actually bringing the vibes up for sure with how he's opening up these sites.
A fantastic job all around. The mid-round calls are so good from both teams. 100 Thieves in great position to see where the calls are coming from, and John Cutie and the squad, like you said, knowing they have Nightfall.
I'm out already?
Gets the most value where they think we're going. So right on A, and they're able to push on through.
Yeah. I gotta say though, at least in the 5 rounds that we've seen so far from 100 Thieves, they've been again doing a great job understanding where Sentinels start on their defaults, or at least in the round.
Very true.
The pistol round, they had the perfect stack, anti-eco as well. Then you have that push from Asuna. But what happens after that is once they stuff Sentinels, they are actually the ones that decide to fall back a little bit more and give Sentinels a little bit more space to work with. So instead of closing that gap and tightening it up, it gives a chance here for Sentinels to really move in and push the forefront and get those perfect trades and not get too much value of those that are able to flank in the very beginning. So I'd like to see a little bit more pressure coming out from Sentinels. From 100 Thieves.
Right.
Something that they did a lot during kickoff as well.
Well, it's definitely going to favor Sentinels' double initiator comp. They can work a little bit with that push and pull. If 100 Thieves do give them a window to work with.
There's that pressure.
That window going to shut, though.
Beautiful flash. That almost caught Zelsis there, and thankfully for that flash, they pushed it back, and Sentinels now knows that the pressure's up on middle. But the smoke's going to keep them from working a little bit here into the A site. We get to that mid round. 100 Thieves again. Great stack in the very
Oh
beginning.
my god, he's watching hella far for flank.
Against Sentinels.
You saw a fantastic seize there from EU too, just how everybody walking away marked. So Sentinels was pretty stopped on that entryway with the smokes that they had coming in from Xander. Nice little communication. And now this, again, this re-hit. The time Sentinels has to think, where they can always pick apart the map so far.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Under these, you can see it in the
Oh my
mid part.
god.
They're kind of just sticking together. They do have a lower buy. So it makes sense at this point. So you're hoping that you're reading
Oh.
correctly on this stack, and so far so good. Asuna will be the first at the
Ah!
caught in the high gear, but still gets the kill at the second. But it's a 4v4.
That's crazy.
7 seconds left. Nobody else has showed their hand, so this gives a chance here for the stack to
Oh my god.
Marked, so they know they can get around the corner here to Xander, but he wasn't cleared by the Prowler on this. Backside util fired out. Zelsis with 2 with the Phantom through a few smokes here as they start to clean up the rest of the members hanging out from 100 Thieves on the A site. Sentinels bring themselves to 4.
Great damage done though by 100 Thieves.
Whatever happens,
Eco though.
All the big flashes are huge for Sentinels to save these rounds. And of course, Narrate picking up the last kill again.
That's crazy. How did Zekin whip that? Sexy young unicorn. He never whipped.
Can we get the turtle Hans in the chat?
Baby. Nice job. Let's go.
Huh?
Yo, what is this?
We go back in. Round 7. Ops there for Cryo again. Certainly looking to slow things down a B.
A little bit of a change for Sentinels though, going with the 2-1-2 and adding a lot of pressure in the very beginning at the long B side. That forces a TP right away, but really you can't activate out of that. Sentinels are still trying to see what this drone does by pushing Cryocells away, if 100 Thieves are actually going to react more towards middle. So they're just waiting for these pincer maneuvers that 100 Thieves may be cooking up with. That's just going to be a stalemate at the very beginning.
They like this art play. At least getting a little bit of space to see how 100 Thieves will react. There's a few times they push in. No noise made on this time. Or maybe they did. It's actually a lot of respect given from 100 Thieves to prowl out who might still be there. Okay, now, yeah, they definitely made noise. Interesting. Well, they get a lot of util out of 100 Thieves there.
And also you see the setup from 100 Thieves. Usually the Vice wall always goes up towards that long B side to snuff the cross. But because they have Cryo with this rifle, with this op, they're going to count on him first. So they could use the wall somewhere else and have more focus of defense on the A side. But that said, now we got 30 seconds left. Everybody grouped up our Sentinels for the re-hit towards the A site, and once again, Cryo is about to get tested. Easy kill
Oh my god, hi Janet.
Out with the skills.
I haven't seen you in a while.
We all do it. EU taking down another one. That op's going to be ringing free.
I'm playing
towards the
Valorant.
site still, and
Are you
yeah,
proud of me? I
absolutely.
did all my
Some of this
weeklies.
tracks here with under 15 seconds left. That is going to be a save for the side of Sentinels. Is 100 Thieves
They're
looking
saving?
flawless.
They won like 3 rounds in a row.
That was a
Yeah,
little
I'm trying to get the stress ball.
out for Sentinels against
They should
the
make
two that they
like an
started.
IRL one.
Still didn't get
I knew
too
they
much
should.
information.
I mean, it's our first B strat. Come
Yeah,
here,
six
round
pistol,
7.
pretty much.
Man. So they probably weren't expecting anyone to be there, more anchored back in the site. But now they know that opposite.
You wanna play with me? I'll probably play after. After-
Who's going to be watching those hard angles?
After
towards
I
site.
watch
They
this.
have to be wary if they're moving towards this A side, trying to avoid the op. There's always the Nightfall from EU that could really slow them down, and they're always leading heavy towards this A side in the beginning for 100 Thieves. So Sentinel has to be ready for that. And even look at the change out for 100 Thieves. The op is actually moving towards the A min.
We're
as well,
cheering
so
on
they're
Sentinels,
ready to push
obviously.
through.
Ooh, that relay bolt just about clocking.
I was gonna go, but I was like, I need to work and recover my
As they rotate to the other
finances.
side here, center moving quick.
That's thanks to Narrate with that
I just went to
op.
Thailand for VCT, and then I went to Vietnam, and then I went to Japan. So I need to, like, recover. They had a block party. I didn't even go to that. I was like, I'm gonna remember, and then I did not remember.
A new look here from Sentinels. Right after that A hit, instantly down street. Sight is clear, and not even a problem dealing with Boostio as they get themselves situated with the spike down.
For Americas, it was just like $25 each game, each day. For Thailand, it was like $40 to $50, depending on your seat.
Keeping themselves pushed off. Yes.
But it was like Masters, so
Ready.
it was understandable.
Push forward, looking for more.
Might
Trying
be
to
it.
clean up one more for the ultimate.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes hunting for it. That's a great call. But already the TP escapes.
Oh, he's saving me.
Cryocell's trying to save his op for the next round. That's one of the things here for 100 Thieves with the aggression. You get punished out of
Yeah.
that with the Neon. I mean, it was something that was similar when they were pulling this Neon.
It was
contact
like
with
1,000
Central
total.
Soldiers, for example.
Besides all the shopping I did, just on the flight and like hotels and
There's just so many gaps in the sport.
VCT was like $1,000, which is not that bad.
Back towards the middle street fight.
Yeah.
Knowing there was such a big focus of players leading towards A in the very beginning. The best thing that could have stopped it was
Cause like a flight to Vietnam or Thailand during the summer is like
he couldn't see
oh
it.
easily over $1,000.
The Armageddon.
Favorite place?
And I think that's a great
Japan. I
point.
still love Japan.
Realizing that they're giving that window to 100 Thieves. So
Vietnam,
quicker, just
I just
absolutely
did a lot of
executing.
drugs. I don't remember what happened.
And not really giving a pull, just pushing on the other side too. Throwing 100 Thieves off and catching them in the loop between sites. The op is still
Put a
there for
wall
the
for
fire.
playing
Yeah,
this
heavy lean
thing.
towards the A side at the very beginning. Maybe to try to get the Vice ult up here for Zelsis. That would have helped them open the A site. It's gonna be quick. The flash and potentially even the ult right away.
Dude, these people shoot util so fast. Like my teammates take fucking years.
They're seeing maybe if they can get a few more bits of alt or util out rather.
Yeah, there's nothing to do in Vietnam, honestly, besides drugs.
Both initiator util
And
with the power
farting.
and the drone from John Q and Nary didn't spot anybody. So they weren't really sure if you're playing outside of site, already ready to play the retake. So we'll save it for a little bit later. This might now become a fake towards the A site unless they get great control towards Art and re-hit on the split.
Always.
Dude, I did not like VCT Masters. One, I did not know the language, so it was kind of hard to watch.
Pressure towards
But
that
two,
street.
dude, people are so stinky.
There's actually quite a
Like,
bit
I'm
of
used to
room
stinky
to
people. I go to Anime Expo, but like those people,
uh,
different kind of
but
stinky.
they should be all right.
Yeah, it was so hot in Thailand, and like I think people aren't used to it, I guess, like the weather, so everyone's just so sweaty and stinky. Yeah, you would think it's like mostly guys,
15 seconds
but
left.
even the girls were stinky.
And Zelsis catches players off the rotate.
I sat next to a group of like Viet girls, and I'm like, dude, every time she opens her mouth, I can't fucking breathe.
Low on HP for Asuna and for Narrate. An ult available on the post plan. This is actually a winnable situation for
Wait,
Zelsis.
what?
Low HP. Has has one tag there. They don't know it's into the operator coming out.
Why is Zelsa so far?
Beautiful sees two.
Oh my gosh.
Too clean for Nari once again.
Wow.
A big kill that he had onto Busio.
Why didn't they do this shit in Thailand? Dude, I bought tickets for not knockout, but I think it was for knockouts, but not for groups. And then Sen gets eliminated in groups, and I'm like, I just paid $1,000 to be here, and Sen isn't even playing.
Adaptability is there right now for Sentinels.
Oh my god, I got the wingman with the spike, the new one. The old one had the little boba thing.
Mark there for Sentinels.
Back to the pistol round.
Oh my gosh,
This time with weapons.
they read it completely, but they're gonna read the speed back onto him. Relay Bolt gets a few stuns there, but they're still trying
Dude,
to when Zekin is more.
last time Americas, I watched VCT with Zekin's grandma. I think that's like the highlight of my entire life.
They're just taking the fights. Are we gonna find it? Where's Boostio?
I was like, why is this old ass woman here? And she was like, I'm Zekin's grandma. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I thought,
Drift wrapped with the dimensional drift that they can
I don't know what I thought. I thought she was a player.
Respect on the anti-ego.
Yeah, she plays Valorant.
The ace.
It's
And now
crazy.
winning condition. Busio always good with the Shearus. Heard
Oh my
where
god.
the TP came out from.
Oh,
There it is. There it is, Zekin. Giving us
That's
the
my boy.
second one on the day. The iBuy Power Ace coming through strong.
yeah, I don't know. They're playing a lot different than they were in Thailand. Like, they were just taking solo fights in Thailand.
The piss round
That's
was perfect.
crazy.
The small change coming through here from 100 Thieves was that they added more players to push behind Asuna so they could fight towards
I buy Power Ace.
There's just so many players left for Sentinels.
Remember, each ace giving you the $100 gift card and $100 in iBuy Power rewards. Hashtag unlock your ace.
They're only giving gift cards now. They used to give
this week. They're being gracious.
a whole ass
Awesome
PC.
to see coming into stage 1 as well that everybody is firing so hot. Back to
Dude, the strategies just played together. They weren't playing together at all.
Back to counting on EU to find the early information without the Haunt Prowlers to start at the very beginning.
Dude, I was gonna buy a pre-built, but everyone told me to build my PC, and I'm surprised even. Oh, they got out.
Escapes to safety at 150 HP still.
Somehow.
I'm really glad I built my PC though, because you can like change
Still
parts.
3 pressure
Oh!
towards A site. Yeah, Asuna takes down 1 in mid though, so it's gonna be 4 pressure now. As that has to be John Cutie joining with the team.
I like that.
Yeah, it's cheaper, but also my school paid for it, so I just bought the most expensive like parts for it.
Action time there of Cryo understanding
What
it's
the-
not gonna be the right target. EU, everybody trying to dodge the ultimate, the overdrive from Asuna. He slides in, he goes down immediately though. Great reaction.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
100 Thieves.
Spike planted.
Know where Bustio's at. He just got the kill into Zelsis, moving towards the back site.
Wow.
Just over the head of his opponent.
Also, I bought my PC parts and got it shipped to an Amazon locker in Delaware, so I didn't have to pay tax. I saved probably like $500 on taxes.
Great buddy system. That's twice here that the overdrive gets a little bit of damage, but there's just not enough DPS to get the players down, so the trade comes instantly.
That's crazy. Yeah. So I shipped it to an Amazon locker in Delaware.
Too loud. I gotta turn him down. I'm hearing him too
And my
loud.
mom used to go to Delaware anyways for Costco. She spends like $2,000 at Costco somehow every time she goes.
Pressure each other a little bit more and get under each other's
Yeah,
skin and go
so
back to the extremities on this last
yeah,
round.
she
Fast
buys
they went to after
a lot of
Chinese
alcohol
decided to surprise them on top
because
middle.
people in
Sentinels are
Vietnam
looking
love
very
alcohol.
good today.
Even though it's the same brand as in Vietnam, they just
Going
like
and controlling the first
it's made in
half.
America, so
Now trying to play
it's
the counter.
better,
This is
which I don't think it
really
is.
on their side. Almost caught Busio off guard.
For sure it's not made in America. I don't know, but I don't drink alcohol, so I don't know.
Nicely timed. The Guardian still doing damage now from all the way back in sight. And they just slow down.
Yeah,
this
I
team.
mean,
Cosmic Divide comes up, so there'll be
probably
protection
takes the
wherever they
same.
wanna go here.
That's maybe the silver lining.
Oh, never mind. Jig is up.
Yeah, even continuing ult for info. And even if they use a Cosmic Divide for a hit, you still have the you still have the Vice ult out from Busio for the retake. Just that ult and keep it in that spot. Cryo now takes full control of the A side.
Sheer activated here. By
I have no idea how to play
Splits them all
Bias.
up now.
She's
Very
so
difficult for
confusing.
Sentinels to get some good
I don't know where to
damage.
put my shit.
They'll start to move through the street. Guarded well by 100 Thieves here. They've split their forces, I'd say accordingly, just to delay this one. But it is going to be in power
Oh!
of Sentinels.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Wait, why didn't he shoot?
Straight through the wall. Nice delay. Trying to keep that angle.
I know, there's so many.
And that's where they just start to crossfire down onto the
Oh.
street. 8-4 as 100 Thieves will get a final round for themselves here.
Yeah, there's like Waylay now.
Stay calm here in the
She
last
just
round.
came out. I just unlocked her
Pulling up
from doing my battle
He
pass.
had Cryo
And she
in front of the
basically
so when he didn't hear any split
teleports
footsteps
in the
from
air or
players from
something.
Sentinels
Yeah.
pushing through towards Park, easy for them to hold the crossfire here towards B. They find a silver lining as well on the attack. They're closing that gap. 8-4 going into the half.
That was their best.
I think we're into a very good game here going back into the second.
Can't wait to see what that double duelist comp does on the attack side. I'm also excited to see what Dryad's doing over in the streamer booth. What's going on?
I'm joined by two very special guests, Nicewick and Illum. Can we hear it for them?
There's
the four
Waylay
players
Tejo.
today, just like a bunch of people in the audience too. And Nicewick, I want to ask you.
Who's the
you
other
said you've
one?
been on the esports
Is it
journey.
Vice?
So
Vice
what's
just
something
came out,
that
right?
has that no other game has?
Or the third one that
I
came
feel like I'm
out?
all about community when it comes to esports. I just love passionate fans. And coming from Apex, the community is so passionate about the esport. And then I think seeing the Valorant Twitter and how much everyone cares about this esport in general, and also how much Riot cares about this esport, it really made me want to be a part of it a little bit more. So that's why I'm here today.
Yeah, everybody's so passionate. We know that for sure, especially for this matchup. And Illum, you just got signed to 100 Thieves 3 days ago. So tell me, why should
I don't know who
everybody
these
support
people
100
are.
Thieves on this match today?
Because we're just the GOAT, you know? Just straight up, we're the best. There's definitely no bias here at all, you know? I'll be so real, I'm pretty new to the kind of Valorant Pro scene, but I've been really enjoying the whole thing today has been amazing. I'm going to be here like every week. Every single damn week I'll be here, I'm telling you. But
I might not be.
no, you will be. You will be. We've agreed.
Every week. And that's what we want to see, guys.
Yeah, who are these guys? I've never seen them in my life.
Predictions on how this is going to end up.
It's not going great for us right now. I think we could all see that. But I'm expecting.
He said he's from Apex, so I don't know why he's here.
13-9 us.
13-9?
There,
What about you?
You know what? I could see a 13-9. I could see a 13-9. We'll take that. Yeah, I'll agree.
Yeah, I think I'm also going 13-9. We're in the same wavelength here, right?
Wait, 100 Thieves?
Yeah, of course. And with we're gonna send it back to the casters. Yeah.
oh my god, it's 10! He's there?
100% on the second. All right.
Why did she interview 10?
I mean, there's copium going around.
Who the fuck were those two random ass guys?
The double duelist comp.
That was so random.
We've seen teams plan for this and know their attack side is stronger.
That's exactly it. Having double duelists on the side of 100 Thieves on the attack now. And Xander, potentially the one that's going to help open things up to support Asuna. They're leaning for a split.
Dude, Tens was in Thailand too, but Thailand, the arena was so big, he was like, he was like a ant. He was so far away. Dude, I was like 2 feet away from John QT. That shit was crazy.
And heavily lean towards B.
Oh. Smoke goes up. It was going to be a dismiss, but they're going to fight through it here. Flash goes out, just preventing the kill there. Onto Zelsis. Still
Never go for the fancy seats, because they're closer, but the monitor to like showcase like the game is like right above like where your head is, so your neck is just like looking up at the sky, like it hurts. Just always get the cheapest seat, like far away in the back. You will see everything perfectly fine.
Bang and narrate have eyes on the spike, and they're working together.
And the util to support Zelsis around that. His own flash at the beginning, but then a recall smoke just to isolate the 1v1 at the top. Delays well enough here for the rotate from Sentinels. As they had their own battles to fight at the beginning towards Street. Looks like the last two players kind of want to give it up, even if the spike is up.
30 seconds left.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah, but also I wanted to go to Thailand.
Why not?
I don't think I'm gonna go to the Canada one, even though Canada is closer and it's cheaper. But I don't know, what the fuck do you do in Canada?
And these guys could slowly close that gap, making sure that they keep the buddy system on his post plan.
Whenever it looks that sketchy, you wonder. But
There's Chinatown in China.
Nice and healthy to get the final frag and get the pistol round for Sentinels.
Nary continues to be super solid.
Like, I've been really into Labubus recently and Pop Mart.
Now winning another pistol.
What the fuck do they have in Canada? Because I would go shopping when they aren't playing games when I was in Thailand. Like, what would I do in Canada, you know? I would just like... You got a Labubu? Which one? I'm trying to get the secret. It's been a rough battle. I changed my name in Valorant to Mokoko.
Looks like he's just going to keep a bucky. Okay. Sheriff onto Busio, but it has to be fairly quick somewhere.
People keep asking me like what it is, and I'm like, do you know what a Labubu is?
Okay. Dive in, also giving Cryo a chance to get out safe on that right side back towards A.
Their prediction is 13-9, so that means Sen will not get another round.
Backflipped out of that one.
Oh my gosh, they're all so low, just trying to get into the site too. Vulnerable down here, and it's not going to help.
Oh!
Quick
He got one.
Sentinels as they just go back and forth on the members entering the site of 100 Thieves. Sentinels
You got a fake set!
Yeah, looks like Osno is just really
How did that happen? I've just been on TikTok live. It's been a fucking battle.
to hopefully allow some spacing for 100 Thieves to close through, but Sentinels did a great job playing so passively when he hurt the high gear.
But like, I'm always at work when they're doing it. Something's about to drop.
Play further back against the classics and just getting easy kills. Not even allowing 100 Thieves to get a plant.
Wait, what the fuck is this? So cute. I'm waiting for that buddy to come back. $60 on Ali. Yeah, that's definitely fake. It's like 140 after tax.
Coming out of Zekin. They start to push back. Man. So there's art control. They just keep pressuring and flexing to get mid, and now they can insert so easily.
Thing is, they lost control towards the A side, so Boostio is already down. So no lurks, no inserts. Now it's just bear fighting, trying to close that gap right here onto Narrate. But it looks like Cryo doesn't want to push down towards Art. Just trying to meet up with Asuna. It's about to come.
They have a seat. I think they'll have tags, but for the macarons, the older ones don't have tag or no QR.
And now Xander playing with danger here. Zeus is just on the other side of the smoke. There they are to find him, but Zeus still sources a kill right off the bat. Taken down by Cryo. And it looks like they'll finally have the site. 100 Thieves slowly work their way in. But
oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, this is not ending. Not giving each other time to think.
Wait, how? Oh!
Ooh, looks to pull out with one shot, and it's still going to be 100 Thieves getting that one. Asuna gets the Vandal to end the round. A fifth one.
I went to a store, and they sold the have a seat for $40 each before tax. And I was like, this shit's a scam. And then I went to Pop Mart, and they randomly had them that day, so I got one. They'll let you buy one box, not even like a whole set. And I got ZZ, so the purple one. And that was my first one. And now I have crippling addiction to Pop Mart. It was when Dez was here. I don't know if you remember Dez.
Quickly making it a single duelist comp. Taking away a lot of the pressure.
Oh my god, my hair's falling out.
Thoughtful buy too, with all the low armors here. Sentinels really thinking about the entirety, the state of the game, as they're taking this one round by round and looking.
That's a lot of hair that I just pulled out of my head.
Wii U actually fires back on Azalsis, a little wayward there with the shots.
No, I literally was like, this shit is so fucking ugly. Like, I don't want them. But then I look at my dog and I'm like, they look exactly like my dog. So I'm like, I guess I like them because I like my dog. Look ugly. Both look so ugly.
Just two rival gangs fighting on the streets. And Sentinel stands up. And steps out of that fight, only losing a couple of players in the process. I do respect what they were doing here from the crossfire setup from both Narrate and Zelsis here. He went
Why is
for
my
the
hair
jump spot
falling out so
just to
much?
see that there was one tethered, so he could actually swing out to go for that fight. Then we went back and forth. Narrate found a perfect timing on that spray through the smoke. Narrate wheel it out here. The flank to come through from the back lines.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Only 2 rounds away from closing it.
Might be accurate. I don't know.
Hero stinger onto EU instead of really giving it to Asuna, because he's trying to play with the Sheriff. But desperate measures to try to hit towards the A side, but every single time towards Art here, Riv, it gets denied.
Okay.
It's John Cutie the difference. Narrates there just on the right side to help as well, and it looks like it might be.
No, I fucking hated them. And then somebody put it in a car seat. Like, you know those little clip-ons on the vent? You can put a car seat. So I put my ZZ in my car seat, and now
We'll have a big cycle of ults coming up here for
you know, that one TikTok changed my entire perspective of him. That shit was so cute. It had its own car seat in my car.
But they haven't had too many good results. 400 Thieves working out towards even middle or B. I feel like all through all these rounds too, we haven't really seen this 100 Thieves try to probe out towards the A side to see what the defense was kind of like. So if this has to be a Hail Mary to finally get into the A site overall with all of these ults.
Wait, who the fuck predicted 13-9 for 100 Thieves? The 2 random ass casters?
Surprised that the defense could bring just to shut down the first map.
Man.
Honestly, I've left him in there for
And what can happen? There's gonna be a lot up the next round. Won't even go over them.
like
it's gonna happen
4 months.
100 Thieves uses
No
to
one's
get
broken
through
in it yet.
this. We haven't seen the double duelist get off online because Sentinels keeps it offline. Just about every round they're taking out one of those duelists and making it tougher for 100 Thieves to get into the site.
Yeah, you'd think with the double duelist or Cryo playing onto this Yoru, you have like the clone pop flashes trying to come through, but it seems as though it's a lot of Prowlers and Asuna slotting towards the Art side, but not too much to support the second wave of util needed to enter towards these sites. And Sentinels are doing a great job here. Maybe it's just the fact that they're playing so much further back. And 100 Thieves are playing for the close range fights with the initiator here of EU. And the close flashes from Cryo, and it catches them a little bit off.
A little flash presence from Boostio. Quick rose over towards the right side. So just so Sentinels gets the audio cue, and it looks like they're trying to do that across the map here. Make Sentinels think every place is getting pressured.
4 ultimates. There's no way they lose this,
A
right?
little bit farther back line of scrimmage.
Did Zelsis just peek out to stop the clone, so he can't even activate the wall too? So that wall is going to stay up here towards this B site. So thrown by Cryo gets fully denied, and this is perfect now for Sentinels on the defense.
There's Cosmic. And see how much room this actually gives them to hide. Cryo's not going to be able to find much. They're really going to be on the other side of the wall. One. And that gives Sentinels a bit of room to hide here. They could come flying through this wall unexpected. 100 Thieves do still have that lurk from Xander if things start to go real bad.
You talked about the ult galore out from the defensive side. The best thing here that that they have on 100 Thieves is EU, just to try to counter it back. That's why he's tucked in safe here in the corner, getting ready to pop it back against them.
So many fucking ults.
They see that trail running out of sight. Arsenal's gone.
That one fucking video on buying with all the ultimates and util. That's what it looks like.
Site right now to see who can get the first kill. Nobody wants to be that first one.
Oh,
handshake.
oh GG. 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 GG.
Swinging back and forth, and that's going to be Zelsis with the final one, the final round in the defuse as Sentinels.
I got my prediction.
Dominating victory on the side of
How much should I get?
in this El Clasico.
Wait, did I predict 1,000? I forgot.
You saw some great things coming out from both Zelsis and Narrate.
Wait, what was the? What was it?
They were looking so good here.
What was the percentage?
Going into, you mentioned it at the beginning of the
ooh, okay.
Here with a compositional change on the side of Sentinels.
Yeah.
You know, coming back from Bangkok, having a little bit of less time to practice or change comps, but it was still good enough to come up against a brand new comp.
It's always the same script. 100 Thieves versus Sentinels. Sentinels wins.
toe-to-toe with the 8,000 propositional change.
That play was crazy. The amount of 3Ks, 4Ks, Zekin coming up with the 5, that ace right there in the round. Boop, gets it on to Boostio. Incredible stuff for Sentinels coming out in their first game here, stage 1. But we still got a series here between Sen and 100 Thieves. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break.
Down A. One enemy remaining. One enemy.
Sen hates Haven. Dude, I completely forgot VCT was even happening. But then I was on YouTube and like the VODs showed up. See, that was loose. Oh my, wait, they won? What the fuck is this? What is this? America's Stage 2? Wait, it's 24. Oh my god, there's a fly in my headset.
Nature sure is full
Wait,
of
this
wonders.
is...
Red Bull gives you wings.
Why is it VCT 24?
The new Red Bull Zero is here.
Oh, it's this one. Is this one?
With monk fruit extract.
2-1? I'm fucking stupid. Wait, I'm surprised they won once. Oh, this was champions last year. They went to champs, right? Wait, they didn't go to champs? Internet, hello? I don't know why that did not work. Maybe it's because I have like 50 browsers open right now. Okay. Genji and PRX didn't even make it to Masters. Wait, when is... Oh, it's next week. Thursday. Wait, no, not Thursday, Friday? Sen playing again on Friday. Wait, did G2 play yet? G... That was earlier. Okay, they did play. Oh my god, MIVR beat Lev. Okay, maybe if Sen goes to Masters Canada, Toronto, maybe I'll go if they make it. But I low-key have doubts. Is that Boostio? Why does he look so different?
It's a statement map for Sentinels. Under map pick of Pearl and cap Kaplan. Something that we saw during Bangkok and after Bangkok on those blogs was a little bit of frustration for the team, the things that the team was doing or not doing. So how do you make sure that everything is fixed for the stage 1 to make sure you make it to the end?
Wait, is that the cleaning lady? I've never seen her.
Just taking a break after Bangkok, and we've really emphasized both letting our frustrations out more directly to each other, makes us a closer team, but also knowing how to like be a little bit more patient, right? You know, we're a new team. We got second in kickoff. We should be proud of where we're at. We should realize it takes time and go a little easy on ourselves. Not forget to enjoy it. And I think that the gameplay benefits of that are already shown so far.
And the Sentinels fans were absolutely enjoying that map. Thank you so much.
I'm flying. Me driving to Canada?
And Sentinels
Toronto. It's gonna take like days. Because Toronto is like on east, right? East side. Yeah, a flight is like $160.
I'm still on board. I'm not off of the train yet, but what happened?
So no reason for me to drive. 1 day and 11 hours to drive to Toronto. That's a very long drive. And I hate driving. Yeah, I would fly. But I'm just like, what the fuck do you do in Canada? Let me look up what to do in Canada. Like, it'll be during the summer, so it'll be like not too cold.
Just remembering to have fun in the moment, not take it too seriously if the going gets rough for them. I think there's nothing that indicates that better than
there's just like museums and parks.
Letting that kind of crumble, and this was so stupid.
Yeah, like what I do for fun here, I just go like claw machine and like go to round 1 and I don't know, you can do anything here. I feel like Canada is boring.
After a little bit of a slow start in kickoff, but now it's looking like one of the best Vice players in the world. He consistently is top fragging for the team when he's playing the Sentinel role.
It's massive that Zellsis has found himself an agent that he most certainly can make himself at home with here, but really did not expect that. Now, can he keep that going in the rest of the series here?
And potentially, honestly, the thing that I was really impressed with, other than obviously Zellsis' individual performance, was that the one thing I highlighted about 100 Thieves having really good preset ideas on like pistol rounds, bonus rounds, if they get that conversion going. Now, 100 Thieves had a really cool idea where they were like fighting B main on the opening pistol. They were like deep pushed up with a multitude of players, and Sen were able to just navigate all of these really tricky, chaotic situations over and over again. They were not doing it at Bangkok. Nats was just running a mockery over them, man. I mean, he was like in the walls against them on Bind. That was their last moment at Bangkok, and they were suffering from communication problems. You could see it made manifest in the way that they weren't clearing corners. They were not communicating properly. Yeah. This time, that was a very chaotic first half of Valorant that we witnessed between these two teams, but Sentinels navigated it really, really well. I think they didn't get pulled into
it and
get, you know, let lost.
In Canada, I can get that shit here. Dude, all the places that I'd like going to in LA are all opening down here, so I don't have to go to LA anymore. They don't even have a Pop Mart in Canada. Like, what the fuck would I do in Canada?
Really impressive, and it was in scrappy situations that they were able to pull those, you know, advantages 100 Thieves had back, evening things up.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. But let's go ahead and hear what Coach Zix has to say as we get ready for map 2.
I'm here with Coach Zix ahead of that second map that we're going to see your map pick of Haven. And this first map doesn't go your way, but what are some of the things that you're telling the team to make sure that you win your map pick? And what can we expect from Haven? Can you tell us?
I mean, to be honest, like, it's easy to look at that and kind of feel like we got steamrolled given the score, but I think the reality of the situation was, I mean, if you're watching the game, you kind of saw, like, we found so many man advantages throughout, like, the entire defensive half, and to me, that
and you choked.
Like, even though we ended up losing a lot of the rounds and didn't end up converting.
Wait, what map is it? It's Haven.
Proactive team that you're able to find advantages.
Whatever. I'm waiting send anyways.
Make sure that we kind of clean it up and make sure that we're able to close.
Can I vote for both? Oh.
You know, Haven's not one of the maps.
Imagine if you can vote for both.
I think they're 1-4.
Where's my fucking?
This year. So,
what? He's
feeling confident, and we're not really like shaking it all.
I was like, he's not done talking yet, but I'm looking at the wrong stream. Is this not live?
I want to see that third map, so best of luck.
Winning those rounds. It actually is pretty big though, right?
Shit, why was it slower?
I was taking a positive. I'll make sure I take a positive from this result.
He seemed genuinely very positive. That was not, you know, inauthentic. No, it was so close.
Only a few battles could have went our way.
No, he actually seemed like, no, there's some positive takeaways, and now we're going on to the map where Sen have been historically pretty poor.
He's lying to himself.
Get back to 1-1. Take this thing to Split.
There's a real
I do want to see Split. That's why I want 100 Thieves to win, but I don't know.
That's what I keep thinking here.
It's been a long time since they last.
Can we see a Waylay?
Yes, they were bad at it, and they didn't really know what compositions they wanted to run.
That is true.
But they've had a long time to prep and cook on it.
Yeah.
I think it's dangerous to expect like the same old that you were watching from.
I really hope Breeze never comes back in the map pool.
And yes, there's only so much you can do with the time that you have, but it was a weak spot for Sentinels. They knew it was a weak
No
spot.
Fracture, no Lotus. Dude, Fracture and Icebox are my least favorite maps right now. I used to love Icebox.
You need hope still, right? You can't just be thinking, oh man, it's all gonna go wrong for us. But genuinely, there's a chance here that Sentinels have just kind of laid out the trap and 100 Thieves have walked straight into it.
You convinced me.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were too easily convinced.
What do you mean?
You're too easily swayed.
What? I've been steadfast in the most horrendous takes at the beginning of stage 1. No one has swayed me off of getting every single.
Why are they so fucking close?
Dare I say diabolical, Wyatt? Huh?
Listen, you can never say I'm not a free.
What is he yapping about?
The lone 2G predictor.
Hey, but you know what?
In this case, I'm not free thinking. I'm just going with Brent. I think that's
what?
You're just sheep. Just go and Lemming.
I think didn't add that one up, but makes sense to me.
You really need to be worried about. I mean, it's one of the glaring weaknesses that Sentinels have. I think that they realized off the back of kickoff, it was a map haven that they were essentially perma-banning. They were never playing it until they were forced to in the finals of kickoff, and they pulled out a composition where they clearly didn't look good at it. And same story for Bangkok, man. I mean, listen, we got a bit of time here. Since Xaltis is just making purchases. He's pulling out the credit card details and making all sorts of buys on the
free money
tournament clients.
What do you think Sen intend on playing right now?
They could still play the Euro ISO like they were trying to, but just
they
actually know how to play it.
Euro ISO?
You know I mean? Like,
wait, it's that guy again. I've seen him like every game.
Some thought into it. The roles match up actually really nicely to play that comp on Haven.
I'm with you. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at seeing running around just shooting people.
Wait, what's the little plushie that they keep?
Oh man,
they have like posters of. I don't know.
That thing that you said earlier.
Dude, I've been out of the Valorant loop. I've been in the Genshin drama sphere.
One, right? Because Zix had just such a level of confidence there that perhaps there's just a little bit more that we're not getting. What are we going to see on the 100 Thieves side, I guess? What should we be getting here?
Bro, I don't even know. I mean, it's been so long since we've seen 100 Thieves play.
What would you like to see, Rap?
What would I like to see? I don't know. Well, for one, Haven is a great time to bring out once more the stuff that I was kind of detailing that they were really good at on splits to try and get those opening advantages. What I want to see them fix from that first map is actually converting the first kills they're getting into round wins. Because letting them slip, as much as Zeke was talking about positives and being like, well, we got we're getting all the first kills. If you're not converting it when you're in a 5v4, that is an even wider problem, I think, in itself, that you need to start correcting into this mid-round. It doesn't matter about your ideas. We know that they're going to be coming in with an absolute Google Doc spreadsheet. Okay, round 1, round 3, here's what round 13, round 15, this is what we're going to do. We know that they're going to be able to convert and get opening kills with their ideas.
Oh, he won!
Thieves have always excelled at, but
2 out of 3, 2 out of 3.
Because they were able to convert that into round wins. So far in this game, in that first map, I didn't see any evidence of that. They were getting the first kills, and it wasn't manifesting in round wins.
See all the players.
Ooh, oh my god, I want that mouse.
Well, you're seeing Busio go to the range. So
wait, I'm gonna look up
opportunity for us to talk about just a quick delay.
Busio's mouse.
Can obviously tell. So once we're ready to go, we'll be jumping back in. What?
Yeah. Oh, I was looking something up because you made me think, well, when was the
last not the same mouse.
Because I didn't think they played it in kickoff. And that's correct. The last time they played it off-season against Trust and Plug.
Final mouse.
That was the one map they
Pink.
won in that BO3, though. Like, okay, well, that's a good sign.
I'm taking a massive grain of salt.
That is not that mouse.
Well, because,
wait, I have this mouse.
Who the hell knows?
I have this mouse.
Yeah,
there's a Vaporeon?
In Valorant, if my time in this game has shown me anything there, but look, folks, Master Bank.
Oh, okay, it's not that cute. It's also not
catch up with Coach Kaplan
Busio Pink Mouse. Valorant.
I'd say my favorite memory of Bangkok was our meet and greet. I did not expect the turnout.
Dude, I wanted to go to the meet and greet, but they held it like a week early.
Hours, line out the door.
Damn, I'm so sad.
Friendly energy people had. It definitely caught me off guard.
I thought it was cool. There was a lot of Filipino fans. Like, it felt like one in every like maybe 4 or 5 people would come up and be like, we actually flew in from the Philippines, came to watch.
I think it was my favorite meet and greet to date. Just tons of people showed up. They brought
Pink
gifts.
gaming mouse.
Super. I just loved our Thai fans and like really lifted our spirits after getting.
I have a pink one, but I want a wireless. Oh, okay, wireless. Pink gaming mouse.
For everyone out there, for sure. Lots of awesome fans. Got to see some of the really sick activations.
Is it this one? It looks familiar. Red Dragon?
Really, really cool time. Seriously, if you get an opportunity,
I feel he's not using a Red Dragon one though. Oh my god!
People out there enjoying VCT Americas at the Riot Games Arena. Ain't that right, people? They're looking
There's a Sylveon.
enjoying themselves. But of course, folks, we do want to let everyone know, little delay on that stage. So we're going to be waiting just for a little bit longer. Once we're good to go, we will be
another tech pause, really?
But you know, it was a fun time.
I think it's this Red Dragon one. It's on sale right now.
Something like, yeah, well, I really enjoyed the food, but the fans worked.
Yeah.
Like, if they enjoyed the fan meeting.
Dude, the fans were awesome. I actually got to go out and like walk around for a little bit and meet some folks. It was really cool. Good time. Go to a Masters event if you get a chance to. It's a super fun time.
No, don't go.
Yeah, folks, we're getting ready,
people are
for
stinky.
this matchup here, and we're talking about what we were hoping to see coming into Haven.
What is 4?
And the last time we were talking about was it
4K versus 1K? What is that? What does that mean?
Trust and plug, so not a lot really to go off of here.
I see them loading into the map. I don't want to get everybody's hopes up, but
4K polling rate.
Oh my god, there's a word in my ear. Guys, we gotta go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna jump into the game. Oh, it's pandemonium.
What the fuck was that? Dude, I want this Sylveon mouse. It's Razer Sylveon? Razer Sylveon mouse. What's a Razer Sylveon? Oh my god, there's so many of them. There was a Charizard. How much is this mouse? Wait, you can you can customize it? Okay, where the fuck do I buy it? I've been scrolling for like a whole minute. It's $70. What is this? Wait, how do I customize it? It's gonna be like $100 custom. You can't customize a pink one. That's stupid. Yes, 90. Wait! You can't upload your own picture. The thing was a scam. It's $90 and you can't really customize it. Like, what if I wanted titties on my mouse, you know? Like, you can't do that. Okay, I'd rather get the Sylveon one. Alright, next paycheck, I'm getting this Sylveon mouse.
Welcome back to VCT Americas, the players are heading into Haven. It is our second map, and 100 Thieves are hoping to get the win so we can head on to Split.
Yeah, I have big question marks about 100 Thieves will be pulling out here on Haven, because as the Des mentioned, they haven't played it since November during the offseason. Yeah. And that's when it came out with a Neon and a Breach. But going into a conversation about Asuna before going into this tournament with Sage Jatween, he was mentioning that they've been workshopping a lot of Wele and Tejo during their off time. So I wonder if there's going to be
Wele. Oh, it is Yorin ISO. Wele.
Or did he want to try to potentially continue the double duelist range that they've been testing out here on the first map that has found success?
No Wele. I mean, they are losing, so.
Instead, so Cryo going into the ISO, so they lose
Neon
the
ISO.
So losing a Breach for now will not allow for you to, you know, really set up your Neon into these fast
Wait,
moments.
yeah, they don't have flash.
Now of ISO and the Neon Suns themselves, because remember, ISO also had a little bit of a buff with the suppress, and I think that's also something that Asuna praises quite well in terms of the agent switches and the agent tweaks that ISO has received in the past.
Absolutely.
So there might be a good plan here for 100.
Wait, there's no flash.
Two agents to still be as aggressive as they want to be.
A complete 5 swap from the last thing that they played here. Kind of reminiscent of the older comps 100 Thieves brings in, but you're right, no Breach. It's so interesting to see. Gonna have a lot of freedom of movement once you're getting to the sites and you're just relying on that old school fundamental util of the blinds, the finds, and getting into sight. A little bit of a C work here to start and a push up on A-Long.
Not even a recon at the beginning here on the defensive side. So they want to be way more reactive for 100 Thieves, but they're turtled a little bit too much. Big space.
Okay.
Potentially was there here for Sentinels to overtake, but
Where's the rest of the team?
try to see the Cypher was playing there and got caught.
Still on this line. Asuna is going to be able to tell the crossover, and they're seen. And just a slow lean, not even too much rotation too. 100 Thieves realizes anything is possible still. And you can see the insert here coming in from Zelsis to get the audio cues.
Yeah, right now Zelsis, as you mentioned, just with the camera too to look back. If anybody's going to try to move down towards sewers. And he's in a safe spot where he could actually take care of like a lurk or a flank in the in the later round. But after breaking this camera here, it's going to be difficult for him to fall back. The rest of Sentinels, though, still able to walk in, but stopped by Cryo.
Oh, saved! The teamwork coming up huge there.
Teamwork makes the dream
work. But he's got 4 standing in his way, and the spike is very far away.
Yeah, he had a nice clutch on the first map, but this time at half HP and no Razor Vines will be a little bit more difficult.
Oh!
Gets taken out, taking the picture on the second one. 3 for Cryo on the ISO. Already a change for him.
I love the crowd that also has the copium hour. He gets a second kill ace. Maybe.
You got to give the energy. You got to build the hype.
Exactly. But now it's just a lot of walk contact that happened in that pistol round here. 400 Thieves, but, or sorry, 4 Sentinels, but it doesn't seem like they were ready for the positioning out from 100 Thieves. We're at the very start here. Xander was playing out in the open towards that C site. Caught one off guard, but at least from this pistol, Sentinels knows a little bit of the initial setups that 100 Thieves may be exploring. And in this round, we talk about that double duelist pressure.
Oh my god, what the fuck is that?
The push down from EU as well, and here's the contact fight.
Oh! Oh my god!
Oh, Cryo in a bad spot here.
Yeah, this is fucking horrifying. Oh! Oh no.
Push from EU is going to be huge. They clean up the
Okay, EU helped him hella.
just along the choke of A-Long, and that's a quick second round here. Asuna, the only one falling.
The reaction and confidence from EU to move up towards sewers after to save the round for 100 Thieves was huge. Because especially that, the TP broke the crosshair placement, a huge selfless play on the side of Bang, just so that they could take down Asuna. But as soon as they push forward, oh my god, I have a stinger!
Me.
I got 4 kills with it. But yeah, at least whenever they caught Asuna down, thankfully here, Crowd still had the double tap in the shield to save him. Now in this round, though, as you have somewhat of a bonus for 100 Thieves, are walking down again. Another one of those moments where it's a great read.
Oh, that stun is gigantic. The follow-up there from everybody, and nothing Sentinels can do on their bonus round. What an anti-bonus.
And such strong rifle.
Wipe out.
These in the very beginning. The upgrade for free, a couple of them as well. And the last 2, thankfully, at least a spike is dropped towards the spawn. You wait off the clock. You're trying to see if anybody overextends. You might have a chance to turn it back into your favor if you've done this before. On a 2 versus 4
No.
But this time, 100 Thieves are making
They're not
sure
gonna do
they're playing a
anything.
cleaner round, where they don't have initiators to find utility. You're playing more passively and watching angles, and then now using the drone to clear out towards middle. They haven't seen anything yet, and it might be a tell now that the last 2 players of Sentinels are pretty much going to save their weapons going into the next round. So a nice little look at the very beginning here from the Thieves to continue to surprise their opponents in these rush moments.
I think it's something we missed from the first map with 100 Thieves is the double duelist wasn't ever really able to double duel. They were just kind of sitting back. They were playing defensive duelist the whole time.
Yeah.
Here they seem so much more activated on Haven already.
And it's closing a gap too. I think that's the other layer that's being added by 100 Thieves, and I like that. I mean, you've heard the conversation from Zix and Dandride in between the maps. Even though they've got smashed 13 of 5 on Pearl, they're still quite confident in the results here, and that's also oozing the discussions that EU even had on their own podcast for 100 Thieves, who was saying, look, we're not results oriented.
Wait, no, you can't see that. I thought you could see that. Wow, so patient.
So technically right now it looks
That's
like
crazy. I did not
right
think 100 Thieves was that patient.
and they're able to have a strong start here on the defense, coming out again with a slightly new comp.
It's pretty easy to identify.
I woke up at 6 today.
Like, no, we played it wrong.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Yeah.
Just do this.
I need to take a nap.
And we right as rain.
But my mom's making fuzz, so I can't sleep.
Really great kills across the board as all start to come online.
And now we're juggling their hero rifles over to the double duelists here on the side of
Oh my god, they're gonna do it again!
working together down Diplomacy again!
They're doing it again! Do it again, do it again, do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
We had to wait 50 seconds for a 5-second round. Continuing with the Hunter's Fury and a beautiful recon dart as well to capitalize.
That's crazy. I know, because I slept till like 10 yesterday, because I was tired. And then I woke up at 6. Just randomly. I try to sleep longer.
It's unstoppable. You just blow that relay bolt, and that's at least your alt orb every time.
They're doing it again?
You can't get that.
No way they're doing it again. Oh my god, they're doing it again!
Crow can start a gulag, right? Because he has the kill contract to work with. That could maybe isolate an early 4v4. It's a wall contact instead for 100 Thieves, so they don't want to give this tell that they've actually pushed down C for a 3rd time, inserting Austin in a great spot.
And Sentinels is saying, we'll take the right side of the map. We don't want any of that. Still going to be a little bit of an adventure, though, for Zelsis. You see Zekin right there in mid as they're taking a little bit of space and exchanging who is inserted in that area. But what's the move? Spike is still down. It looks like they're just trying to give 100 Thieves an idea that they're all around the map.
That's a suppress, so the drone's not going to get any information out towards Garage here from the very beginning.
You can suppress a drone?
Wants to walk in. Actually, he has a perfect timing. This is an insert on the side of Sentinels now.
Right on the trips, into the site. Man, 100 Thieves is in such weird positions. It'll be interesting to see how they get together. Looks like 3 actually coming from the flank and 2.
Oh my god.
Sentinels is going to have to adjust for this big time, and that might be Zelsis coming from the flank.
Both teams are unaware. I mean,
Oh my god, there's 3 flank. There's 3.
They're finding it. ISO'd out. It's going to be the kill contract over here.
And now they know there's 2. Oh!
John Cutie doesn't even think twice. Zelsis does get the Kingpin flank coming in, but Boostio is now known in lower.
Oh!
A great distraction with the gate from Zelsis to get himself to safety, to get inside the site.
Okay.
Boostio and just set
Wait.
a defense that is impossible for EU to penetrate.
Beautifully done by the IGL of John Cutie, winning the 1v1 fight against Cryocells. And that just wasted enough time to give a chance here for Zelsis to get great value out of his own flank. In the back of the spawn.
3 flanks.
A clean round in the end for Sentinels with... It seems as though the positioning was great from the beginning here from 100 Thieves. The player incident towards Long C. They still had players playing towards Garage. And as soon as you saw a little pressure coming through here from the Owl drone, it pulled the rotates across. There was actually an over-rotation from 100 Thieves sites to give up the A site. And it made it very difficult for them to just readapt here. Boostio was the one that over-rotated over.
Yeah.
Thinking of the triple flank was going to be the best thing for 100 Thieves to do. Now this round, it's Asuna solo here towards the long A.
We're on the map.
Supporting util. The wall too is gonna help.
Oh wow!
Yeah, we
Sentinels
want to
is
go.
putting the pressure back
Oh
on.
my
It's hard too with those few rounds 100 Thieves had.
He dodged that!
Beautifully done.
Oh wait, no, he got someone else.
Oh, just a miss there. EU's gonna be able to drop narrate.
That is crazy.
Right now is John Cootie answers back 3v4. Sen on top for this one by 1.
Cryo needs to come up huge here and does have the suppress to work with as well with the undercut. We'll use it towards and hits 2.
Okay, okay.
They just cannot get in.
4v1. 3v1.
Sentinels. Crossfire on the entrance as the A. Utility being able to delay is too much for 100 Thieves, and EU again.
Oh, nice.
Will fall to Zelsis. Sentinels grab a second round.
Okay, we doubled our rounds.
Yeah, they had a nice undercut coming out from Cryocells, but when they tried to cross her and fight from heaven, we still didn't have the recon dart available here from EU. They didn't want to wait the extra 5 seconds because they wanted to.
I don't know why I thought that ISO was from last round. It was from this round. They both missed.
Position to potentially get caught off guard by Cryo, but in the end, it's Sentinels having a great crossfire setup from Graffiti and from.
I would never play ISO because I would always lose.
Closing that gap in this first half. More utility to help out this time around, almost grabbing narrate, but this time with the wall bang because a nice recon dart pings him. Now Sentinels have to react in a different part of the map. At least we have Zekin activated in the front.
I love the aggression trades already in this Haven matchup. A lot at C. Now we're getting this jockeying position for A. Mid's taken again by Sentinels. And now 1 down. They got to figure out a way in.
They heard drone in garage. The camera spotted Zelsis. So lean towards garage to fight back is beautiful again for 100 Thieves.
That double swing.
Celsius one more time has made his way through the enemy line of defense. Yeah,
okay, Zekin.
Process, but this is a big fight now that he could win.
Oh!
So quick on the shots. 100 Thieves knowing their numbers up, able to play these.
Ooh. I thought he was gonna ace again. Imagine.
Enemies of Sentinels far away from the trades that they could have, and it is 100 Thieves slowing down that pressure Sentinels just brought in and taking around for themselves. Now 5-2 on the scoreboard.
It's not too bad so far as you're looking from the style here of 100 Thieves. They're going for the right click to push the wall a little bit more slowly towards the very beginning here, so they're actually timing that decently well with how aggressive Asuna could be by high gearing up towards the long A side. So instead of going for the fast wall and the timing's a little bit off for the players that want to follow behind that wall, I like the idea of that. But there was still a gap that Asuna was able to overtake here and overcome. And now the timeout might be an opportunity for them to.
I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but like, what if you are in a wheelchair and you're a pro player? Do they just get you like a shorter table, or do they like get a platform for your wheelchair? I don't know. That'd be kind of weird.
You gotta think that it's super
Something to think about.
Sentinels is gonna throw that every time. You have to wait for it to come down long.
There's no player in a wheelchair though, so I wouldn't. I wouldn't know.
He needs the now. The info right away. We'll see if he keeps doing it once we get back onto the minimap, where they're positioned and how aggressive they're going to go. It really hasn't even been too much of the mid-map control anymore. They keep flexing to the extremities, and that's where we're getting these really early fights. All right. The setup. Looks like they will be assisting Asuna once again towards this long A.
I'm so tired.
Hunter's Fury to work with this time around too, that could just blast through the wall and do some damage towards long if Asuna tries to run down again. And so far that high gear is activated. Looks like they will try to go for it.
He's itching to get out.
Again?
Cut this time around to high-low. I love the TP on the top here of the bricks. Plays above the smoke.
Don't do it.
They'll potentially now have a re-clear, a double swing instead.
Safety to get out, walls up. And yeah, this is Sentinels trying to source out what kind of trickery 100 Thieves will do, right? We just had the spike picked up on that attacker side. And they realize, okay, Asuna's going to be over here. There's a bit of utility that covers him. Let's hit C. They know they'll get the softer site right away.
Trying to get a drone Hunter's Fury into the site potentially here.
Oh.
Camera is up. Busio just got pinged, moving back towards the spawn. John Cutie, though, doesn't want to hold on to it, or is going to hold on to the Hunter's Fury for now. Oof.
Firing out. Gets a good one. Narrate trying to look around for what kind of got him on the foot with that trip, but he does get taken down. Sentinels have the site, but
3v3.
keep it going. They catch you on the
Wait, there's another one.
He was just trying to get to a different angle.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Oh!
The overdrive. Can he get it to work though? Not enough push from the backside of the site. They're able to sort
All
every member of
his ults have not worked
Sentinels take a round back
today.
as we start going back and forth.
Yeah. Every single time Asuna, we've seen him pull out the overdrive. Unfortunately,
And he
hasn't
just dies
been
immediately.
in the series so far, where potentially with that rifle, the players are kind of swinging in a tangle line, if I can put it that way, or a train line. It was an easy lineup potentially if he had the Vandal here. But if anything, it's more to praise on the fact that Sentinels wanted to continue to fight as a group, flipping the map at the very beginning towards the back C. They get opposed here by an Omen. They get flashed by the Paranoia, so they swing towards the front just to isolate a 3v1 on both sides. So again, very quick thinking coming out from Sentinels camp. Closing their gap now by 2, fighting towards long.
They missed the flash. It didn't go around the corner. I mean, they didn't flash themselves, but still, Zekin was just seeing clear on that one, and they get out with 2 frags. Easy to start this round out and make sure they can play back in the site.
No! That's crazy!
Takes down Narrate like he was never there.
Oh!
One of those rounds again, losing 3 players so early. When the barriers come up, the last 2 potentially no choice now, especially with John Cutie's HP, to save their weapons. But they're still in a decent scenario, or a decent economy to be able to buy in the next. And it's not the
I was
best
gonna
here
say
for 100
decent
Thieves'
scenario.
side, so if they could actually knock some weapons down, maybe turn it around as well. 100 Thieves in this moment are not looking to stack sites either. They're trying to play numbers, but also making sure that they're playing good defense. First contact will be Asuna here.
Ah! Oh, GG.
Safety. John Cutie very low. You know, Austin is going to hunt this one down. A 3K already for him on the Neon.
Oh.
That's actually just Cryo grabbing that one. 6-3 here. The Flawless coming in for 100 Thieves. Like you said, that buy will be there for Sen. Let's see if they can take another one back for themselves.
This map is attack-sided, though. I don't know. Okay, well, they are playing against 2 duelists. Okay, but they're also playing 2. Is 2 duelists versus 2 duelists?
At least a 1-for-1. And a little bit of map space, map control, so the idea was still there on the side of Sentinels. They just need to, unfortunately, throw a different type of flash here to get better control. But for this round now, Sentinels, you were mentioning this buy that they have an ult available for Bang as well. So I want to use a TP back towards the spawn.
Damn. Zakin feeling it on that peak, and we're not expecting the dry peaks right now. There's been so much utility used before everything happening. Easily catching someone on autopilot for a moment there. Oh. Almost getting a nice trade back through that ping. As
Can you wallbang that?
Still
I guess you can, huh?
Comes up big, and it is not
Oh.
a double tap that Boostio is able to get onto Nere.
Asuna might have the time to take down the spike here. It does so.
Okay, he didn't get the spike.
Slides out. Look at just creating distraction, getting the kill, playing his life, playing the pressure. You guys forgot something. And yeah, they're just gonna ult on.
Oh,
him.
he
It takes
still
way
got
too much to
it.
Get that achieved now. As the Paranoia comes through, they know exactly where this is coming from.
And with the Paranoia hitting the recon dart, now the last 2 players of 100 Thieves have to go in with 0 information. Even maybe walk out through the smoke, and I don't know if they're going to try to go for it. It'll be a 3-2-1 swing, but there's still good players to help out here from from Sentinel's side.
Oh.
That's crazy.
They swing back in. They're gonna get one.
That's crazy.
Bang is able to find the 1-2 punch to get that round back.
Dude, the wall came down. Or the smoke came down. He was like, "Where the fuck are they?"
Even half here. If 100 Thieves doesn't get any more.
Oh my god, I want to sleep.
Hunter's Fury going into the next round. Yeah, this peak was really nice.
Damn, I should have bought tickets. Wait, let me check next Sunday. Next Sunday.
Bang, who gets gets the last 2 kills here.
But next Sunday, I'm not even playing. I should have gone this
With a victory
Sunday.
had previously in kickoff against 100 Thieves that picked the right camp to play for. But the Hunters here
But
available for
tickets
100
were
Thieves.
sold
They've done a
like
big trap
so.
play in the very beginning, fairly aggressive from
Wait.
the start. But this time around, holding it back to
It
be
was
more
like 2
reactive.
Sundays
Also
around.
gets a nice pick.
They've been there every time. You have to expect this push. Not
Lev
giving
versus
pushback to it, and
C9.
that is going to be where Sentinels pay.
He just keeps waiting towards that spawn. He's just waiting for the Hunter's Fury. Beautiful shot by Asuna, but now they're just going to play the numbers. This is nice. If there was some pressure coming back here, Asuna, well, a little bit of an overextension.
Finally! Why does it take so long to kill
Not
Asuna?
giving up that position. He is hungry right now. Loves
Ah!
seeing this Asuna on the field.
Nice.
Bang as well, though, picked up 2 big kills in the last round and continues now into round 11 with a great starter at B. Ooh. Just on the other side of the wall is danger. He's going to make it out to teammates, though. The 3v3. 3 outside, 3 inside on B. Oh, the spam. The spam starts them off just to whittle down the numbers. They're going to go ahead and isolate 1. Cryo.
Oh!
So in the moment, but is it going to be enough? He's going to come out, gets the kill. Paranoia, the damage is there, but it's
No!
as Bang gets out.
Wait, I'm cheering for the wrong team. I like Cryo, but I'm a Sun fan.
But thankfully here was full paranoia so that Bang could close out the round. But man, that would have been
Cryo was
crazy
so
if
cute.
Cryo was able to close that. But you
He
see,
almost got it.
beautiful from Asa in the very beginning to take control of the attack side to get these picks. But as he overextends and he dies, he forces players to rotate over to cover that spot and the map control that they've lost.
Yeah.
And that gave the perfect gap here for Sentinels
Time out.
to move in and go for the plant. So it looked like very confident play, but that should not have been around for 100 Thieves to lose when they had such great openers from punishing the Celsius lurk towards the A side first and the double kill towards the
I know, they got...
That is one of the big things.
I blame
think Sentinels,
Asuna.
we saw it on Pearl 2. They could lose a few members and they still
He overheated.
adjust. They getting that adaptation in the round that they have practiced so much, and we see it there again. And they get the 100 Thieves timeout here. Could very much make this a 6-6 first half.
Who is this guy? He's also cute.
Yeah. And I was trying to say too, the idea of Asuna playing back towards the spawn earlier, before the overextension, you saw that EU is kind of just still staying towards that back of the spawn, trying to see where if Asuna's closing that gap and he doesn't find anybody, and they're trying to
Xander?
pick it up towards the B side, he has the Hunter's Fury to work with to fight back towards the front B, or maybe even assist Asuna if he's getting pushed back towards the sewers. But again, losing that player doesn't allow any
He's
of that fight to
Canadian.
really
Canadian
come into
Italian?
fruition for the side of the defense. But the silver lining is that they have 5 ults to work with on
Boys
the
suck.
defense for the last round.
All 5 will be used, no doubt about
I mean, you could break their heart.
That Stinger and Sheriff will be there for the fight too. Spikes down in spawn still.
Are Canadians
Looks like
better?
Sentinels is saying,
I don't
which ones
know.
will you use, maybe?
Never dated a
Shot to
Canadian.
get anything out of Zek in this round.
Oh my god, there's so many people on 100 Thieves.
Oh, they pressure the Hunter's Fury.
Cryo is so
This
cute
is just
though.
like the C long push. We're gonna go back into the isolation alt, and it's gonna be John Cutie.
You don't know how to break hearts, just do whatever they did to you.
Is not gonna know that Bang is creeping in, and that is just terrifying. As Sentinels now have that C coverage, and it's gonna be a 2v2 to end the round with Bang still.
I'm the opposite. I only know how to break hearts.
Each of these for Sentinels.
So the 4th ult and last one available for 100 Thieves allows to get the information and a free upgrade of a weapon for Boostio. Give you a chance now for both players to work together. Quick tempo towards the C-side retake. 1 for 1.
Gonna be Bang again.
Oh my god, I thought he win.
And an even first half for Sentinels versus 100 Thieves.
Another one of those rounds
Break their heart anyways. Sometimes they like it.
until unfortunately you go into a gulag where not only Cryo cells but Narrate also didn't get the best successes into the kill contract.
Dude,
But
that was scary.
here for once again Sentinels to turn it around, and we have a clean slate.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of them like it.
It is explosive right now on Haven. We're gonna take a quick break. Don't go
6,
anywhere. We will
6.
be back with our second half.
Pumpkin pie. This classic is very ugly. I forgot what they had. I think last year was also red, but it looked a lot better. I'm not buying any of the team classics. Is that the new bundle? Ew, it's so ugly. He's insufferable. No, this skin is ugly. They had so many pink skins for a while.
And we are back. I think the players just want to get back into the game after that tied first half here on Haven. Split looking like it could be on the cards here. We got 100 Thieves now on the attack side to see how much of this aggression they'll continue to bring.
It's definitely been back and forth towards the tail end of the half with how Sentinels have had some really good hero plays with the gaps that they were able to exploit into 100 Thieves' defense. And now on Sentinel's side of the defense, they kind of want to do the same kind of thing 100 Thieves did, but unfortunately not.
Oh my god!
To start. They walk down for
oh no, oh no.
Out towards the A site. John Cutie has to fall back.
Relay Boat says later. I got one stun for you, but they get A. It doesn't matter. This push now from Sentinels has 2 on the flank, 2 or 3 from spawn, and a very fast plant on the beginning of this first round.
Yeah, he's there. Earlier, he was next to the 2 guys who did the interview. That's how I was like, why didn't they interview Tens?
They want to add more players back towards the A. I think they're waiting potentially for John Cutie to have the refresh of the recon.
No, but the guys were streaming too.
Now getting positioned.
I think it's the right choice.
Maybe he just doesn't want to be interviewed.
Late flank is the one where the power is going to come. You see a few members pushing through.
What?
Right in the sight and start really causing some chaos.
That is crazy.
Not expecting that to scoot on by them. The right clicks from Bang here are going to get a few down, but it's not going to be enough. 100 Thieves.
He did retire. He's not playing. But he uploaded a TikTok and that was like, why did Tens retire? And it's literally just his face, and he was like really sad. And I'm like, you're the one who chose to retire. Usually it's Tarek and Tens that stream together. But it's just Tens today.
Big pistol that was needed out here for 100 Thieves.
Kaide said that Tens wanted to retire like a year ago, like before last champs, but Tens or she wanted him to do another year.
Orb control is an idea here for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, it's quite interesting that they're giving it to Cryo, because already from the first round, EU had plans. He's already got 4. They don't want to bring up the Hunter's Fear right away. The main thing is to try to probably leverage a kill contract to open up a site.
And they choose right again. 100 Thieves waltz right in for the plant, and they will have that Phantom up. As long as they can protect that in Asuna, they should be good. Just grab the other guns if they fall. There's the high. Yeah, it's just right next to the smoke. They're looking to get all the alt points cleaned up here. 100 Thieves, quick kills around. They lose 2, but they'll recoup those guns. And make
yeah, at least they won Masters, I think, if I remember correctly. I forgot it. I think they won Masters. Okay, I need to fix my nails.
See it again. Yes. It's just pure white on the screen for a moment there.
But 100 Thieves have given a lot of tells now in that anti-eco. So already an early alert coming out from Busio towards middle. The hits that they have staying within the sights. Playing close into
I might get my wish of a map 3, but I lost 1,000 points.
Bonus round, sorry, into a plant towards B.
What? That's crazy. Oh my god, hello?
Wall comes in, but they're still in front of it. Cryo a step ahead. Cryo a flick ahead here with Xander just over the shoulder on the Zekin as well. And Xander's gonna do a leaping acrobatic shot on the Celsius.
That's crazy.
Goes from platform to platform. And
alright, map 3.
It was a C, it was a B. They've been everywhere in the first 3 rounds. 100 Thieves get that bonus.
This is what you want to start seeing from the side of 100 Thieves. Sometimes most of the times we've been praising how good they've been in the fundamentals.
That's crazy.
This was all individual plays.
How did he not get that? They're nervous.
I was gonna say that's not a celebration. Oh.
Okay, he stood up though. That means they're gonna lose.
We're just trying to answer back. This is an eco from Sentinels. Recon sharing
That's
through
crazy.
walls, but Cryo's farming up the kills. So are the rest of the team. This is looking pretty good here moving into the next round.
Die to spike, die to spike.
The walls drop for Sentinels, and they're seeing 100 Thieves members just about every round. A search out here for John Cutie for an alt point as he's looking to go down to the spike. But this is kind of what you wanted to see out of Pearl when they got the double duelist side. And we mentioned in the break, we're like, what if 100 Thieves started on attack? That one. Well, at a half, they can start on attack feeling pretty comfortable here. They come out with 4.
Oh my god.
That's nice. Everybody trying to stay alive as well.
Why does standing make... Standing is like a curse. Every time someone stands, they lose.
So now that's 2 big ults. We're just
Especially Boostio. Every time he stands, it looks like he's sitting.
Cycle 2 big ults here on their attack sides. 400 Thieves.
Yo, he pulled out his knife and he was walking towards you guys.
Like I said, these guys have the vibes. Never flustered, even though losing at 13-5 on the first map.
His grandma was like, I don't like 100 Thieves. They're all so toxic.
Stuff. We just started the second half.
I will never forget that. He's funny as fuck.
A quicker pace back into control of Garage, realizing here.
I was like, G2 is also toxic. And she's like, no, they're the sweetest. And I'm just like, they just told Zekken he was trash like 2 rounds ago.
And by prodding inside Garage and realizing his utility, counter smokes coming in the very beginning on the side of C. They're reading correctly now to choose to work towards this weak side. But the trips could be good. Depends here if they're able to clear on the side of the attack. If not, Zelsis can maybe get 1 or 2 here from his reposition on top of Heaven.
EU on the solo mission to dart and drone the left side. They go for the isolation here.
Win, win, win! Oh.
Celsius, but it's not going to be enough. Cryo does get the kill. They get A. They have the soft side as Zekken tries to identify and ping for the team what the possible protocol should be. Kill
Okay.
Asuna very quick as they enter into the site. Zekken is unknown. Goes towards long A, but found by EU on that late flank.
Oh my god!
The ping, the hit through the wall.
Oh, NT.
Gets the sheriff kill on John Cutie, and that is a
See? He's standing up. But he's so short. Looks like he's sitting down.
Very good read coming out from 100 Thieves. Again, we were just mentioning the what-ifs here. If you could get a couple of kills with the trips from the kill trips of Zelsis right in this moment. But then, it's known by 100 Thieves that Cyphers like to play on the top, trying to get those free kills so to get him into the Gulag. And finally, Carousel wins an important...
Is that what it's called? The Gulag?
Even if they took Zelsis into the kill contract, you saw the TP from Xander going off on top of Heaven so that they could guarantee the trade no matter what and still get map control, space control towards the A site and not give a chance here for Sentinels to rotate.
I'm filing my nails right now. They're so long.
Zekken has done a good job here TPing in the back lines and finding a couple of kills. Unfortunately, not enough to allow the other players to rotate back from the spawn here to close in for a victory. So a timeout called by Sentinels in the last one of this map.
It's time to patch the hull.
Yep.
The hull indeed needs patching right now for Sentinels. 5 in a row for 100 Thieves. And what do you do against a team that is just relentless?
And they're on attack now.
It's difficult. It seems like a very difficult answer for the side of Sentinels, but the story continues. I think it's very similar. Both of them looking very strong on their map pick so far. Sentinels on Pearl. It seems as though 100 Thieves couldn't really find an answer going into that one either. But manipulation around the map, the 3-sided map of Haven here is looking pretty good in terms of calling for Boostio. All 5 of them trying to work together off the timeout. And I'm loving this because off timeouts, 100 Thieves have always been quite aggressive.
Oh, yeah. It's like a power-up.
And they're looking to close 6 rounds in a row now on the attack. But this is a good read on the rifle round of Sentinels.
Okay.
These long C anti-plays that come out here.
Dude, every time they go C, anybody go C. Oh, they don't spike.
Strong in their force. They have eyes on the spike, and they should be able to clean this up.
The lineup here, Crowd's just trying to dance around.
Yeah.
Can't do any delays. Shock darts across the corner.
Doesn't bounce off, actually hits that window or the doorway.
They didn't even get the spike.
Last few kills come in for Sentinels. The timeout is effective. And the long C push is exactly where 100 Thieves was going.
Almost felt like the right click allowed for them to swing across.
They're gonna go C again.
Looks like they really just want to
I think.
force their way back for 100 Thieves in this
I would go C again.
disadvantage. Beautiful undercut as well. Vulnerable.
Nice, boys. Let's go. Bring this shit back.
Oh! They forgot to censor it.
Looks like that was me. That's all we needed to do. Refocus. But yeah, this is send out. They break out into that regular signature default.
I forgot who. I think it was like Trent who said fuck or something. And the caster was like, oh, they ignore that.
For trips. Looking now towards the garage and towards that front B, so they do want to play a little bit more.
I saw that shit live.
Informational game on the defensive side.
What?
And it works out because Zekin's able to move up towards sewers and take down Boosty.
Oh!
Taking a lot of solo fights on some fronts here. Damage definitely done to 100 Thieves as Sentinels can now rest back a bit.
Okay, I'm shaving down my clothes.
Clear and let the rest of the map know that they can continue to hold their positions. Because yeah, focus should be mid and C.
And the elevation
Cryo was so cute.
For John Cutie to get good value out of pinging a player inside garage allows 100 Thieves to just re-hit into the site. Camera's still up though. That'll spot Asuna moving in.
Make sure long is clear, and then the rest of the
a
beautiful paranoia just in time.
What? Wait.
Bank from doing any damage there up top.
Wait, where did he TP to?
Answer for everything now.
And why did it not work?
Yeah. The higher camera was really everything that helped Sentinels to get that second layer of information from losing control of garage. But this right here shouldn't happen either. So it's nice that Zekin's able to find good value off these rounds. Still 3 ults available.
Maybe this game will be 13-9.
At least the ace light this time around.
They only need 2 more. This could be one of them on the buy. Bang's already pushed up. Paranoia goes, so he's gonna as well, and Boostio goes down. They're still ready to defend A with 3 here. And they are so ready. Double tap comes up quick. Shots are just going to come flying out from Sentinels, and it's 100 Thieves falling like flies as they try to get into the site.
The crossfires are just so good for Sentinels. Xander alone. He's broke. Wow. Still peaks to his death.
GG.
That was definitely one of the timeouts called by Kaplan, apparently. It is effective.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised here if we get a call back on the side of 100 Thieves just to try to stop this momentum that Sentinels are starting to build up here since this timeout. There are some pings coming out, at least before we get into this replay, on position where players could be on the C side. There could be a finish on that side, but you could see now.
End it early so I can go eat.
Really blocks the vision or repositions of the defense.
It's this fucking stress cube.
In general here for Sentinels.
Kaplan's stress cube.
Into these hits.
I should do my nails.
Go along with that util. Hand in hand here for 100 Thieves. Dashed right under it. He dashed under it. That was so sick.
He did dash right. That was crazy. Oh my god, it's working. His overdrive is working.
Sentinels in sight. Oh my gosh.
I didn't know the slide made it go like below the game. What?
Vans, that was gross.
Insane what Asuna just did.
Motherfucker keeps standing up.
We've been waiting for it for a while.
Wait, I didn't even get slide under that. Huh.
Surprise plays coming out on the attack. He did get hit. He did get hit.
Oh, yeah, he. Okay.
Before he gets slingshotted right. The undercut also got thrown here that disabled some of that util, so maybe that was the one that allows for him to get that pick.
He shot it so fast it didn't even ping him. I thought he went straight under it. It's just different.
I was like, no way he put it that high, right?
He'll do it again. You gotta imagine Celsius just doesn't even feel protected.
Uh-oh.
In the isolation, there's the shot from Cryo. He takes it down.
Most important one potentially of this map. Another one falls.
Coming in for the kill. Bane's got to drop. He's just trying to do some acrobatics here to bring the team back into this one. This lurk here from Boostio. They're going to wait for it.
It's pinged.
Oh my god, he knows.
Still going to be Boostio this time. Coming around for
No.
Analyze the map. Zekin staves it off for one more kill, but he's got work to do. He's got ult. Planting the spike. Goes into dimensional drift. And now he just has to be otherworldly.
Okay.
They're sticking together here. He can't get value out of a shorty.
No! And GG. Wait! It is 13-9. They predicted correctly, but not the right map.
Good on the defense, but Sentinels did have some fight still no matter what. Being able to tie things up on a 6-6, but as soon as they took the attack, or took the defense rather, couldn't really stop here the manipulation that was coming out from 100 Thieves towards the end. And now we get to see Split. This is actually going into a third match.
Yay! I wanted to see Split.
Just dominate Sentinels on during kickoff. A 13-4 Sage that came out. A composition that even Kaplan mentioned that they weren't ready for when they played against 100 Thieves in the first place. So if that composition still comes out again, hopefully they finally have something prepared.
He said the Sage threw us for a loop. We didn't know what to do. Well, they seem to be in adaptability mode, so...
Dude, my nails are so long. It's like those cab drivers that keep their pinky nail really long to pick their nose.
So good, and it's only going to mean Split is a hot matchup between these two. It's 1-1 as we head to our third map. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Wait, how many points did I lose? Oh, I guess just 1,000. Okay. I'm gonna go wash my hands really quick because it has snail dust all over it.
To heaven, maybe there's a timing to be taken, but the flashes are picture perfect. Everybody lines it up.
So they are taken down one by one. The flash comes through. Bustio capitalizes on two more.
And we're going to map 3 as 100 Thieves managed to keep the drive alive here. And they managed to win Haven 13-9. There you can see the Sentinels guys getting ready as well as 100 Thieves as they prep for this third and final map on Split. Welcome back, everyone. Goldenboy here alongside Bren and Wyatt. It seems like the Stuffies are raving with the Red Bulls, having a good time. How could you not? We're going to a map 3, last match of the week. 2 clouded teams. And, well, I think we saw some damn good gameplay from 100 Thieves out of that one, particularly a Cryo on that ISO.
Okay,
Yeah, man. I mean, listen,
I'm back and I have a croissant.
Ever in terms of ECT. And compared to the last time he brought it out, which was against Sentinels in 2024 stage
That blue is trying to eat.
It was night and day still. This guy was unleashed at the beginning of this. He's setting his team up in terms of just the vulnerables, the undercuts he's throwing out for these aggro fights, which we're going to go into pretty much across the board, because that was a large portion as to why 100 Thieves were even getting a semblance of success, really. These ideas that they consistently bring out over and over again, the preparation difference.
Absolutely. And against Narrate, who's also on the ISO. He diffed that man.
Yeah.
I still did 100%. Cryo? It's so sexy.
It was free low for him. With a 276 ACS, 3.1 KDA. I'm going to read numbers that are on the screen.
Yeah, but
that's what I get paid to do.
I was going to say, like, man, I don't know when's the last time I
What the fuck? You jogging Red Bull?
And it turns out this time around went into the hyperbolic time chamber and came out a new man. Love to see it there. But, you know, that kind of goes to what we were talking about before with that aggression that we were seeing from 100 Thieves. It was really cool to see, but also great to see, as we had highlighted, those set plays, right, that we had highlighted earlier on. That right there, that's the recipe for success for this 100 Thieves.
Same story, different day. This time actually getting these opening kills. Hyper aggro plays, either fighting down C long or fighting out through a lobby, and actually converting them as well into round wins, which was the major difference. Doesn't matter if you get the first kills if you don't actually convert it into the round wins. That was a major struggle for them on Pearl. This time around, not so much. I mean, Sentinels, don't get me wrong, did a very decent job of dragging this one to what, like 6-6 in terms of that.
Be aggressive.
So they did a decent job of managing to round it out overall, but this identity that 100 Thieves have just been forming over the course of like the last essentially 2 years, I would really say, where they come out with some very clear set ideas, constantly relentless with the aggression and getting these opening fights to try and snowball the advantages.
I loved it. And you did the Telestrator segment while we were getting into this match, highlighting the emphasis that they put on pre-prepping strats for those really important rounds when you're on the pistol.
Dude, every time he ult, it doesn't work.
And that first one we saw, that was on round 3. They just immediately, they're on the bonus round, bet we're sending it down C with 3-4 players, wave of util. The attackers on Sen, they're getting hit by the suppress from
They
Cryo.
did it 3 rounds in a row, which is crazy.
Yeah, those plays were fantastic. Those are what turned the tide.
I was really concerned though, because for a moment there, it felt like Sentinels were going to start making that comeback happen. They were, you know, creeping round after round after round. But it was great to see that 100 Thieves, the thing that cursed them in that last map, not the case here this time around. They were able to finish this one out.
Yeah, and Sen are a dangerous team as well, because they do have enough experience totaled up where they know how to come back into maps, into series, even when they're just getting blown out like that. And there was that one moment, round 18, where it was like, oh, they got a round win, and I was saying it, and Wyatt was like, no, don't worry, it's the classic thing gonna happen. 100 Thieves build up 5 ultimates, they're all gonna press the same button at the same time.
I wonder how much they get paid to
That's what ended up happening. Like, they ended up getting over that hurdle
pass.
That way, because
Wait, Cryo isn't MVP by 1 point?
generating the ults and turning it into round wins.
Absolutely. I love the way that they played this comp. And again, you know, this
What a
map seems to
scam.
be a sore spot for Sentinels in their pool. They continue to struggle here on Haven in 2025.
Yeah, no, well, now let's go ahead and set the stage for map 3. We go to Split. This tried and true map for both teams, I would say. I feel like both teams.
Recently, I would say.
The only terrible result they had on it recently was when they got stepped on by 100 Thieves in their first matchup in kickoff.
Yeah.
100 Thieves debuted just the full util tsunami comp with the Sage, with the Astra, with the Teja, with the Breach, with the Raze, and everything syncs up. And if you get caught by literally any piece of util, you die.
Do you think we're going to see that again here?
They need to add a bit more, I think, 100 Thieves, because the reason why they weren't able to get off on a running start in kickoff is because once you reveal those ideas and once you reveal your hand, everybody else is going to know about it later on. And in a tournament system where you're playing the games back-to-back on the days, you can't rely on that. But in this format, you have the opportunity, like we said, you've been given a month to essentially cook up new ideas, new plans.
Oh my god, they yapped for so long.
Kills. So I want to see some more additions to it. And for Sentinels themselves,
That's not fun.
they might come into this.
Yeah, but I got hungry, and my mom isn't home yet.
Given the tendency so far from 100 Thieves to be going for these aggro fights,
Silangan
100 Thieves are on the defense,
croissant.
fighting for extremity control, always trying to just essentially take it with pace. For Sentinels to just slow it down a moment, first 20 seconds, take it nice and easy, a nice slow default, wouldn't go amiss for me.
All right, well, let's see. Map 3. It's coming up right after this, folks. It's 100 Thieves and Sentinels. Who is going to take the win in this El Clasico? We'll be
Reach, Astra, Raze. It's the same. Wait, it's the same comp. Tí nữa chị ăn phở. Nhà chị ăn phở hôm nay, phở bò. 5% off custom PCs.
We are back, and we are ready for the final and third map. It is split, and these teams are ready to get in. I think looking at the compositions when we get
Who
into
is this guy?
we're going to have to see if anything has changed.
It's Sen Stick.
Since we've seen it split for 100 Thieves.
Exactly, because if you're looking from the Thieves side, they've only put in
They
one
know
kickoff, and it was against Sentinels, and it was also them starting off on a defense, and that's what we saw so many of those trap plays, how the Sage was so good with the and the raise that came out from the side of 100 Thieves. But now, if you're looking at it, they're starting off on the attack, and the Sage maybe might not be enough to activate here for the side of 100 Thieves. True. Especially if you're looking at their comp, it makes it a little bit difficult for them to lurk around, especially when you don't have like a Cypher or a Viper to lurk on the A side for the control. But we'll have to wait and find out if anything changes out of that one, and looks like no. And it also makes sense because the victory that they got against Sentinels on the attack side, I think they got 5 rounds in total. They won pistol, they won anti-eco, and then they won bonus. So you could kind of just snowball a lot without having to giving a lot of your strategy on the attack side. So I'm expecting to see a continuous playbook that deepens out here on the attack side of 100 Thieves.
It is an interesting one where your comfort feels like, hey, if we get 5, that's actually pretty great. We get 6, oh yeah. You know, it's one of those games for how 100 Thieves can play it. But for Sentinels, it's an every round thing. They're going to be coming at you hard. Obviously, Zekken on this Yoru is not going to be stopping, and I'm sure they know the vibe of the game after we just got out of Haven and saw both teams throwing haymakers towards the end of that match.
And the duo.
One thing that was really strong too for 100 Thieves is just how Cryo was able to move around with the team and also put these walls that makes it very difficult for Sentinels to get any value, especially on the piss around. So for this defense, will Sentinel want to try to move a little bit more aggressively, be in front of enemy lines in order to not allow Cryo cells to get these walls across?
Cryo's on stage again.
Pop into the A site, and looks like Sentinels, they want to play the retake.
Asuna starting already, just being tricky, and he plays his life too, just to be annoying. These little protocols they have to give him just a bit of an inch. They take a mile. It's gonna be a kill from Matt. Very nice answer there. They're gonna drop in from the top of the site after the util hits, but you can see Narrate ready to answer back and delay.
Nice flash too. They can start flooding in now for Sentinels.
All right, drops are in. Everything is heard here. 100 Thieves now have to decide which way is the best to shoot. The defuse is going to go down, adding more pressure onto the site. It's only up now to EU rather. Top side, and he's not going to have enough time, not going to have enough arms and eyeballs to figure out where everything is. Sentinels.
And they're not going to kill him.
That's unfortunate.
The discipline from Sentinels was huge.
That's crazy.
They gave
Sentinels.
Towards that spawn, and you know how good those walls are on pistol rounds. But the thing is, the beautiful paranoia and flash for them to retake towards that front of the site. You saw the reflank coming up on the top of the A ramp, but Zelsis just stayed very patient inside the vents.
Oh my God.
That was the most important position, a key piece here to allow Sentinels to crossfire set up, not give a chance for 100 Thieves to play.
I need to go wash my hands because it has butter on it.
Very nicely done once again from the veteran here of Sentinels, and we are quick up middle.
W on W here.
Oh my
God. Going to be the judge. One shot reload, but he is going to be able to get a few off of that. Make sure he's safe. Few actually shots before that as Zelsis is just doing work behind the camera here, and it is now EU and Boostio left alive. Spike just out of reach.
Narrates first contact, nice shot.
He's jumping around, feeling like Artson today here on the judge. Zelsis gets his own 4K.
Exactly. I was just about to mention Artesine with judges on this map of split, and Zelsis takes a little bit out of his playbook. And was able to anchor up that mid-site quite easily here. And it's actually a beautiful counter to bring such a powerful close-range weapon onto a map like Split. Especially if you're looking at how you're leveraging this initiator, double initiator, to potentially get space here for your raise to move up. And she's just going to satchel right into your judge. And even if you're getting stunned, I mean, still a wide spread. You can still do a lot of damage.
Boostio prepared if the team catches anything. Now moving the fault line up to the top of ramp. Finally hits. Asuna's space. No rounds for 100
Why do you look so
yet, but
scared?
each one has consisted of Asuna just
Look,
consistently
what they're
breaking the defensive
playing.
line and the team following very fast.
Who is it?
Even a smoke that was
Night
thrown on
night.
defense to try to block off vision.
Night night.
Cycling up with the wall wasn't enough. All of 100 Thieves already made it through. Trying to find information is the counter of Sentinels, knowing that there's still a lot of pressure up towards Heaven. Paranoid to reflank into the top.
Why are you kicking my desk?
Off the stairwell, didn't bounce the way he wanted. EU gets that one through the smoke. Narrate's actually pretty low, or another pretty low actually goes down.
Ooh, good bonus.
Limp around. Spike again.
I love good bonus.
Haven't seen that kind of split fight for a while where it's just about A Heaven.
That's actually very
Diamond
nice from Sentinels,
Name.
too. They just waited for the rotate across from Bang so they could double flash from Paranoia and Narrate. So Sentinels very, very clean in the protocols. And that's something that I haven't seen.
Why is Spike Heaven?
Yeah. They wanted to meet. Usually you let the team drop out or see if they'll peek you, but a very close choke point or a very small choke point to get through. Sentinels still make it work.
But EU actually has 15 seconds as it's made his way.
Oh, you're looking at your toy, huh?
More though. Has to make noise now. Should be easier kill. There you go. There was a little bit more. There was an opportunity to flank from behind, but he felt the pressure of that clock and had to start moving a little bit more quickly. But to go back to your point, as you were saying, instead of waiting to drop and play that and whatnot and react, the main play around what Sentinels just did there was still to fight towards A Heaven no matter what, right? Because if you drop into the site and go for the plant, well, you can still double flash and move into A Heaven control. So you don't allow here for 100 Thieves to play for the plant for Heaven. They have to turtle up within the site. It allows for you to pincer and flood a little bit better, knowing that most of 100 Thieves will be stuck here inside the site. So I love this type of look here from Sentinels.
Oh!
Trying to close the gap once again for...
Wait, that was close. That was close. Oh! Another one.
Quick 1-2 from Zekin. They've still tried to take A over and over again, so we have to consider this is being conditioned quite a bit without 100 Thieves losing it. The rest of the map is still there for them to use.
They lost the Spike Heaven again? Oh!
There's the cleanup. John Cutie keeps the spam coming and collects Cryo and EU.
And this.
Not this time.
Oh.
But that time, Zel's still coming up the rope there. There's too much to look at for Xander once again. 4 for Sentinels in some very clean rounds.
Are you okay, Blue?
Great start for Sentinels already.
You okay?
Within 4 rounds, they've tied the amount of rounds they had against 100 Thieves the last time on
You
this
doing
map
that?
during kickoff. There's a series that still, no matter what, went
Tío,
in
me
the hands of
piso,
Sentinels.
man.
As White mentioned before, it was a lot of gambles in terms of the veto, thinking that 100 Thieves are going to get a lot of value off the bind pick, something they were so good in the past, but faltered towards the end of last year. But now another series, another banger classic that goes into a 3-map series. 100 Thieves back into a buy and trying to delay a push into the B main. Because they do have a lot of players. John Cutie even 1 away from getting the Armageddon.
Exactly. So
at least taking that control to start is great. But nobody from 100 Thieves has moved for even any map control.
Yeah,
even the drone stop a bit. Sorry, Riv, the drone stop a bit, so you're not going to get the max value in terms of how much you could clear.
We see him considering.
I forgot to vote. Oh my god. I was gonna put 2,000 on Sen.
Sentinels lets him know nothing's happening, and Zekin's gonna go on a fact-finding mission and figure out the rest of what's going on. Jeez, they're setting themselves up so well in these rounds.
As they do this too, the breach is still in a good line. Well, actually, I was about to say that, but it would be in a good
Yeah, I
spot
always
here
forget to
assist.
vote. I keep forgetting that that's a thing. Because I'm watching on YouTube.
Just keeping everybody at bay. Look at the amount of util it takes just to try to push him back, and he won't have too much on a retake. So now the anchors towards the A side have to come up huge.
Oh, almost.
Zekin still clears though from the site. They didn't know he was just down towards elbow. Still being able to be very mobile around the map with these gate crashes. And now, another moment of wonder for the side of 100 Thieves, and Sentinels know exactly what's going on.
Now, Wall.
Why do my nails still look so long?
To try to get the pick off a rotate of a player into Heaven that's trying to walk into the window. But unfortunately, a miscom overextension at the bottom. An easy kill right here for Nary to get onto EU. But Sentinels are looking to have a pretty clean and strong attack defense side so far, already forcing out a timeout from 100 Thieves.
Wild start. Both teams have come up off a map loss and just came out firing.
No, I think Sen is still really good on split.
Just the time they needed to.
They're just the split team.
Zix speaking with the team to figure out what macro can be done now. Seeing the plays not working. It seems like 100 Thieves is, getting mid, getting towards A, but out of those positions, it seems so.
Is there any team that likes Fracture?
Yeah, I mean right now.
I don't think there's any team that plays on Fracture like willingly.
B Heaven, but never really getting eye into the B site yet, and also towards the A side, they're kind of stalled towards the top of Heaven, and can't really get into the site itself on A either. And I think again, it's off the passive plays that you currently see from Sentinels, allowing for 100 Thieves to gain a little bit of that space, but not a little bit more towards the extremities of the sites.
Right.
And I think here for 100 Thieves, they got to start potentially fighting even more towards that spawn. Knowing the position that Sentinels have, the double initiator, one's going to be in an iPad, the other one's going to be in a fault line. There's opportunities to kind of catch them off guard if you have good counter utility towards the end, and you do so, because EU has his own salvos, Bustio has his own fault line. You need to activate Asuna here.
Have to. Zekin and Zelsis are both at 6 frags, hardly dying.
Grim, is that you?
You need someone to clear them off the map. It's been absolutely wild. So where do they go from here? Spike's going to be towards mid, and still Sentinels feel like keeping all this initiator utility together so they can either retake or delay a site. So smart.
One thing they could really do right now is try to play contact in the very beginning, but both initiators are looking to allow the 3 players to push up towards B Heaven. There's that util to push through. Nice opening by Asuna.
Push off. Salvo comes through to give them quite a bit of room, but they're still, it doesn't seem like they're confident to take it. It's just giving them baby steps here, and they need more than baby steps to get into the site with this low buy. That's a quick kill from Narrate. More delay in the aftershock. Cryo could really get some big space here, but no, Sentinel is very...
Oh my god! 6-0. Okay, but yesterday, PRX lost 8-0. So, I don't know.
Lands on the top of
yeah.
So Xander wasn't ready for that one. Definitely did try a nice little opening to kick things off here for Asuna. But then right after, it's the Sentinel salvos right after. That doesn't allow for 100 Thieves to flood after the gap that was actually produced by the first blood from Asuna.
Time to kill the handsome cologne.
Thought he had a safe passage right there, or a safe corner to hide from, but unfortunately not.
Operator finally.
Oh!
They're feeling comfortable. They're feeling rich right now. Zekin's going to hold the B line, and that just gives everybody on the map comfort to watch everything else.
Finally, they did something. I feel like they're not using you to... Oh!
In a second. The quick pick from Bustio. The drone's going to
no.
Just offline.
No.
They're going to have freedom on this one. Nicely played. Not going in dry on that peak. And the utils flooding into the site with a Cosmic Divide for protection.
Not going in dry.
They have to actually
That's
fight
a little
this.
weird.
Oh.
Okay, thankfully nobody's fighting back.
Ah! That's crazy. He's crazy. Oh, he...
They'll be able to get out here. 2 left. Oh. The wall in their face doesn't go over the spike, obviously, but they still have the avenue.
Wait, what? Is that wall supposed to be like that? I don't know.
It's going to be that teamwork that gets them into B together here on good util.
They're on the board. They're on the board. Don't let them double. 4 ults. Oh my god, I have a vein that's popping out.
He goes for a satchel to stop right here out in the open. So the second smoke that was thrown towards the mill right here where he gets the kill was a recall.
I don't know why he peeked out with an op.
Okay, let's get 6. The idea was just to really try to take down Zelsis right there.
Don't let him get 6.
Playing such good positions with judges or at the ropes.
Yeah.
So it's a nice little thing that Zix has seen on the type of positioning that Sentinels have been doing at the very beginning of these rounds.
Kaplan calls the timeout after 1. Says, slow down, 100 Thieves. Just takes it right away. Wants to chat with the team and let them know what's going on. As you can see, he's doing most of the talking right now. And I wouldn't think this is anything of a worry. Just really
Wait, why did they even time out?
understanding what might have affected them there after the 100 Thieves conditioning, which was mainly the right side of the map and mid for a long time.
Yeah, the counter timeout from Kaplan now is, will we try to get more support?
Right.
For Zellsis around this spot. Because it hasn't really been tested, and when they did, Zellsis did an incredible job just holding up the area. That kill that he just got, or he received here from Asuna, was actually his first death in this map so far.
Yeah.
So he was currently 7-0-1 until he finally got dropped. So despite him being so hot in these moments in his position, I like the fact that 100 Thieves still wanted to disrespect the plays here from Zellsis and drop him down.
And even with that 100 Thieves win, that was just the Cosmic Divide used for ultimates still ready. And Armageddon right off the rip coming through.
Oh my god, Zellsis! A nade will fucking kill him.
Yeah, that was very close. Zellsis going to be limping around the rest of the round on this, and they're going to see if they actually got any follow-up damage to look at here.
And do you want support on mid? Yeah, let's bring the whole team.
Ooh, they support very well. Crossfire coming in more so from the side of Sentinels.
Oh!
100 Thieves feeling the pain on this, but EU's quickly able to answer back and even out the numbers.
Wait, he ulted? What?
Moving forward here aggressively on the Astra takes down Narrate. A huge frag for the squad as they continue to take space. A little ahead of themselves.
Especially when Narrate has his own Rolling Thunder to counter back. Beautifully done for Busio. And also by EU, not to give a chance here for Zellsis to get that pit out. But this push from Bang, spotted now by EU. But this will potentially get John Cutie ready.
Still have the util.
There's going to be an overcook now. Because he TP'd towards that spawn. Now the player's going to walk back towards A Heaven. They're walking for contact.
30 seconds left.
No sound made.
Really?
And this is up
But he dropped.
Here. He's actually figuring they're going to go both sides.
Oh.
And just keeping one at one in sight. Xander about to walk into the crosshair.
Oh.
And he sees the Teos elbows. He gets the Teo shot as well.
My fragging IGL! Let's go!
That's what I was talking about. You thought you had a spot. You had a good read to move towards that B site, but as soon as you slow things down and you have no information run after on the initial fight from EU onto Bang, down towards the bottom middle, you walk for content and you
That's crazy. Why did he jump?
and shots here from John Cutie. Lining up 2 easy kills, but punishing that jump shot was huge.
Is that Rob?
Disgusting stuff.
They print out fucking Rob?
The timeout snuffed from 100 Thieves. They try to re-rotate. And the quality tactics, read it as it is.
Ooh.
EU starts.
Wait, what?
Nice
Zekin? Question mark?
Is going to slow things down quite a bit here.
Zekin looks like it was tunnel vision to try to take down Cryo.
Yeah, look, what the fuck? He forgot about all the 4 other players.
Middle that 100 Thieves could start taking advantage of.
I need hand cream. My hands are fucking dry.
Asuna on the stinger. Expect him to go into that showstopper form at some point and continue to use that.
Dude, he has had this ult for like 5 rounds.
Still though for Sen here, ready to delay it. Deep in sight though, actually close in sight I should say. They're in some pretty dangerous spots if they do hit it with Asuna's ult.
Cryo was actually anchored up on that B side, so calls out that there was a smoke in Paranoia, so the Omen is still on that side. They should now be ready for the initiators playing towards this A site here.
Really, he looked at him.
Should, right?
Maybe thought he was dead or something, but he did not. Understands.
W teammate.
That's the question. Zellsis is doing just that. Comes up with some big retaliation frags there. Drops into sight to help the team after that fault line. And a third one for Zellsis
They switched the POV as soon as
picks up an 8th round for Sentinels.
Zellsis got a kill.
The flash and the smoke coming out from Bang from the B site, so he's looking back towards the spawn, thinking that he still beat the timing of Bang on the rotate, but Bang was already moving down towards that ramp. But one more time, it's Zellsis moving through with a beautiful multi-kill. And him getting that kill onto Cryo's teammate didn't give a chance here for Cryo to look back towards that bottom ramp to try to get the res.
Zellsis is on one today, and it's meaning multiple timeouts already coming in from Zix to figure out what they can do. When your composition worked so well against Sentinels last time and you are actually finding no ground this time around, how do you fix that?
Yeah, definitely. You got to give praise here to Zellsis so far, because although Wide has mentioned here that Zellsis has been quite consistent going into the Vice role, and even on today, looking like one of the best Vice in the world. Going into the grand finals of Kickoff versus G2, he actually did calm down for a bit, and then you saw what happened in Bangkok. Yeah. But it wasn't only on Zellsis, it was the whole team kind of just shutting down and not getting the best results that they wanted to.
Right.
So you're going back into week 1 of Kickoff, a chip on the shoulder, as mentioned by Zekin in other interviews, one to prove here to the Sentinels fans
Turtle!
much more than what they've shown.
Fuck this turtle. I hate this turtle.
Bangkok.
Yeah.
And they're definitely showing it here. It's 8-1 now and a half on the third map.
The Vibe Merchant evolving into the Kill Merchant here for map 3, bringing everything for the squad.
Yeah, Vibe Merchant turning into like the black market.
It's scary. Anytime somebody sees them, they go down here. Zekin with the Outlaw. They still have a lot of money to work with. 100 Thieves continue to work with these low buys.
And that's all they have, right? The moments that they have these shorter buys, they're looking for a little bit more explosion towards the middle, but the default continues to be the same. So you see a timeout coming out from Zix, but they're still going for the same type of approach. But I feel that at this point, they have to be a little bit more confident on these pace. Look at this fault line to try to open up on that side. Yes, they'll take a little bit of mail. And now I want to see the overextension to continue to fight back towards the top of B. Go for this pincer maneuvers. And the pincer doesn't work. Second moves forward and drops Boostio with the Outlaw.
And they hear Spike too.
At least it's not tunnel vision this time. Oh shit!
Also kind of pointed out in this mid push. Still, it's where the aggression's been, so Bang has not turned his eyes away from it. He knows something is coming from Mailroom. Yeah, they're very ready. Ready to fault line the low buy. Sentinels is not taking any chances.
Yeah, he's got the double hands out actually to throw hands.
That's so good. Everything they're doing right now must be so annoying for 100 Thieves. They still have a chance to make this work, to get into sight, but they're stunned up for the entirety of that showstopper. Oh my gosh. They just fall into the hands of Bang. He's happy too. The close-up stinger is going to help for Cryo as he picks up another one, but Zekin, again, for Dimensional Drift. They just go for both members. 8 seconds left. Tejo is going to stop them. He's forced to plant closer. The concuss comes out. There's just too much.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Comes out of the Dimensional Drift, and Zellsis, who else is there to clean up a final kill? 9-1 now for Sentinels.
The on-the-fly calls and adaptation once again from Sentinels. Zekin going into the Dimensional Drift so that John Cutie can get the salvos at the right place, to get the stun at the right place, where he can't even get the pull after the spike on time to even go for the Hail Mary plant. I'm surprised here that Cryo didn't even go for a res when they finally dropped into the site and got control. I feel like he's been holding on to this res the whole half.
True. Same with the Razor showstopper.
Battle res, one of the most dangerous. Just gotta have the wall
battle res.
Such good reaction coming out from Sentinels. The Hail Mary of the rocket on the previous round was going to be the win for 100 Thieves, and he gets stopped right away by the Rolling Thunder. So the reads are so good from Sentinels on the defense.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's so low.
I wish he had a Sage pocket in his team, because he's down to 11 HP after he had a bit of a spray going on towards that B main. So finally a different look for 100 Thieves at the very beginning. Pressure towards the B side, but the finish seems to still be the same. Trying to punish Zellsis inside Mail.
I mean, in this, you just go for a fodder res, right? Have somebody run up, take that Mail, res him up. Like you said, it's been hard for them to find a reason for them to use it, so make a reason to use it.
Exactly. They're playing solo Mail a lot of these times. Asa definitely could sacrifice his life, get a pick, and then they'll be back on a 5-on-4. But now he's sacrificing his life, at least for the first kill. Keep some players over towards that B site.
Yeah, seeing the Rays too should draw some numbers. There are other players on the map. Cryo just runs into A.
Why is my Chrome not working?
Now you got no choice but to re-hit with 20 seconds left towards the B site. Stalled now by the breach.
Oh, they know two are there now. A lot of util in the eyes of Sentinels to be able to call this stall, and they just stop 100 Thieves before they get into sight. 10 seconds left. They're going to have to rush this. No time to plan as the spike is down, and 100 Thieves are lost.
What just happened in that round for 100 Thieves on the call?
see it again. Even with this first kill, right? Asuna coming in with a beautiful kill here. They have a Yoru, and when has we not seen Zekken kind of in the back of that site at elbow at times, taking 2 down late in the round. State of the game lost on 100 Thieves right now as Sentinels focusing on them. They have control of it all, Vansili. They've only lost that one coming into the second half, or the map, I should say, as they're looking for just 3 more to close this one out.
Oh, and a walk contact to try to take down Zelsis. Unstoppable once again. No util to really push him this time around. And already EU falls. Thankfully, we could maybe use a res now.
Nah, run over the body. Into the vent. Asuna is going to get Zelsis, though. Drops the big fragger on the round. Bang still ready to fight. Bang is still ready to fight.
Fake TP.
Yeah. Ooh, beautiful guard on that. 100 Thieves, it's taken a lot of their pressure, a lot of their presence to get through this, though, as the Armageddon comes through. Safety for Asuna just on the
Oh my god.
We're at the edge, and now
That's
clear
greedy.
advantage as well.
You should have saved that, maybe.
Finally, the res getting value. But there's a big lurk coming out now from Narrate. Full kit.
This movement from Asuna, if he can stay
Oh!
on, it's big. Narrate with one already. Full U.
What was that?
I love it.
And they know where Asuna is, too.
Aftershock towards the back to push him out. Beautiful by Narrate.
Crazy utility usage. It's now going to be all up to Asuna. He knows he's got to look high. He's got to look low. 5
Ooh.
bullets left in the chamber. And John Cootie.
Oh my god, it's gonna end. 13-1, 13-1. Holy fuck. God, Zekken's mom. God is Zekken's mom. And brother, I think.
Instead of going for the re-swing, look at him jump on the top of the boxes just to try to spot where Cryo's moving in towards you. Guarantees the stun to go with the aftershock to push him out of position while stunned. To win a 1v2 on that side, convert a 2v3 for Sentinels, and they cannot do any wrong on this map.
A very fast first half. We'll have to see how quick it can be for Sentinels when we come back from the break. For Sentinels and 1 round for 100 Thieves to run with here in this second half. They'll be on defense where they usually find their footing with the Sage composition on split, but I feel like the rug has already been pulled out from under.
Oh, that's cute. Dude, imagine paying like is it $30 or $40 for the front seats, and yet you're breaking your neck to sit there.
I like to say that Sentinels probably knows what to expect.
Yeah.
So it'll definitely be a difficult run for 100 Thieves.
Pistol round is imperative for any kind of cushion for 100 Thieves here to have a life in the second half. They're playing the initiators as well towards A. We saw this from Sen. It's just so good for the retaker, the delay. And Sen's focus is going to be mid here to get some util out before they commit with the spike anywhere.
Also looks like Cryo is trying to move forward. Nice shot by Asuna start though.
Another? Oh, Bang with the trade. All right, already getting spicy. The 1-for-1 here. And Busio is going to answer as well. Now it's up for Sen to make that 3v5 conversion happen.
So what I was going to mention, it didn't look like here that Cryo was looking to react and wall up towards middle. They wanted to wall up here towards the top of B Heaven just to try to stall a little bit more. Nice little drone though to allow Sentinels to move down.
Just identified and taken out. Xander and Cryo fall immediately, and Sentinels know they have sight. Setting up high-low here, and they still have John Cutie in mail to deliver.
Tides have turned.
Fault line there.
Talked about that position so good there for John Cutie inside mail. He has to be cleared.
Oh, they don't check enough. And does he jumps back again? John Cutie's always ready. He's had those flicks on point all game. EU has to deal with the mailman, and he does. Cutie's down. Low health on narrate.
Oh my god, they're both 1 HP. Oh!
John Cutie moves in.
Click.
Narrate only needs one
Send right click.
to bring it to 12 and bring it to game point for Sentinels.
The right clicks are so good. We're on the side of Sentinels here. And yeah, map series point 12-1. An unexpected turn of events here in his third map. Not expected that it was going to be so one-sided for Sentinels to start.
It's over. These guys.
Oh man.
Toxic to your old teammates.
And delivered, says Bang, even with another round to go.
No pity for his old team.
No way. He knows he made the right choice now. Doesn't even have to say it anymore.
The gamble now, Hail Mary towards the front of B, but it's weighted all the way towards
That's
towards
crazy.
Greeted by Bang and already
13-1. My prediction is coming true.
and about to taste the victory here, forcing now 100 Thieves to just move around the map and try to find an information on where they lost. On middle, at least to start.
Look at that. They know where Cryo is. They know where the wall could be potentially in a slow that would stop them. Everything else here they can run by except for the fault line. And looks like they are going to try to initiate. Oh, Zekin already tempting back at the site with a gate crash here.
We're flashing high for A, but nobody's fighting for heaven.
Yep. It's the follow-up.
GG, GG, GG. G.
He goes again for a fight with the team pressuring in. Paranoia goes in sight to give him distance, and it's going to hit Xander just on the end. Now it's up to EU. 4 alive here for Sentinels. They have been so strong throughout the map. They look to close.
Reload your stinger. Reload your stinger.
The third one of split as we hit this decider. And now they just watch EU jump back and forth before it's John Cutie.
GG's. That was a boring game.
That's what they needed to start week 1 now for Sentinels, coming out with confidence and finishing the third map 13-1. Dismantling 100 Thieves, where they received such a terrible defeat the last time in the head-to-head. And boy, did they look clean on the defensive side to kick things off. But again, you have to look back here, Riv. That last round that just happened, it just shows to me there was a little bit of layers missing around the approach that 100 Thieves wanted to bring with this composition on both attack and defense. Especially on that flash, it seems as though it was a Hail Mary for Xander to stay alive towards the A site, but no coordination to clear up.
I don't like their shirts.
To scale back into A Heaven before, so we're always
Like, I get, you know, Sin City burns bright or whatever, but like, I don't like it.
For sure. And that again, a hot start, big smile for a lot of these players.
It's the fucking script. Then they're gonna verse Loud, Sen versus Loud, sometime in the series.
Again, the Kaplan timeouts absolutely patching the hole. That was the question. They were doing good, and Kaplan has found a way. Zekin chatting with the team as we saw before, letting them know what needed to be changed inside and outside the game. And man, it looks like all of those changes happened because
I'm so sad I didn't vote, so I didn't get my
it couldn't just be the strats. It's not
2,000
that's a whole upgrade.
points.
And again, if it's not on the macro, look at the individual skill from a lot of these players. Zelsis has popped off today. Even Narrate, again, an emotional player that they were mentioning at the desk, and he was all smiles for sure. He had so many good hero moments, as well as Zelsis. Bang just dismantling in these rounds against his own teammates.
Oh, the Bang clutches.
John Cuties
The
position
Bang clutches.
1 versus 3 on the top of A Heaven. Like all of these guys are firing. So when you have the macro and you have the individual skill, you're back into a Sentinels that's unstoppable.
They did so well this game, and it looks great for the season as well. They come out this strong on match.
Her Jet? No fucking way.
The Sentinel fans, I'm sure, can be happy.
Pepe. Here comes the party. Cryo number 1.
Being one of the maps that people figured out that comp they use, so now Split might be one of those.
Zelsa's interview. Let's go.
Time to talk to more Sentinels as we send it down to Dryad for the Verizon post-match interview with Zelsis.
Good job.
Thank you guys. Sin City gets the win today against 100 Thieves 2-1.
Did you say good job?
Celsius, congratulations. The first thing that I want to ask you, something that we talked about with Kaplan after Bangkok, the team looked a little frustrated. We heard the vlogs, we heard everything that the team was talking about. So how do you make sure that you recover as a player to be in the best shape for Split 1?
I think in Bangkok we tried to work too hard. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but you know, when you're just screaming every day, practicing every day for like long hours, you're just kind of like hitting your head against a wall when things aren't working. And I think coming back, we made it a point to kind of relax a little bit and not play as much as we were. And I think it's kind of showing now, like we're having more fun. You know, the Bang IGL in the middle was fun. Yeah, we're just like doing more fun and like trying not to think so hard.
Bang IGL win.
Always a little pressure for Sentinels, but something that you've talked about as well is how you want to build a dynasty with this team. So how is it looking? Because when we see that split, that 13-1, we start to feel it. How is the process to make sure that it can turn into a reality?
I mean, I feel like having a dynasty in this game is really hard, but like we all want to win. Every competitor wants to win.
That already has a
Like,
dynasty.
We're trying to chase as many trophies as we can, especially with the organization we have. Like they treat us very nicely. So shout out Sentinels. And we just want to do right by them for giving us the life we have. And I think we're just gonna keep working hard to chase trophies.
For sure, and going more into details about what we saw today, and that map number 1, and I think throughout the series we saw a lot of moments where 100 Thieves had the advantage, had the first kill, and you guys were recovering really fast. Is that some of the things that you were working since you got eliminated from Bangkok to once again come back stronger for stage 1?
Yeah, I think like a big thing is we learn to save more. We slow down the round and we kind of just walk around the map, and like I think our communication that game was really on point when we came down in the disadvantages. And I think, like you said, we had a lot of rounds that went our way when maybe they shouldn't have. But I just think we played really well as like a team.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are looking pretty good. Again, that split was insane. But my last question, that next match is going to be against Crew. Any thoughts about going against them?
I mean, no thoughts. Like, I think everyone in Americas is really good, and I think you have to take every match by week. But I think Crew's always been kind of like a wild card team, so I'm hoping they don't just come out and farm us. That would be great. But it should be a fun match.
It should be a fun match for sure. Can we hear it for Celsius one more time? And this is everything.
Crew. I don't know. I think Crew last year was really good. Not this year. Because they don't have Heat anymore.
Yes,
And I love watching Heat.
With Zekin and Coach Kaplan from Sentinels, who just absolutely destroyed 100 Thieves over on Split. First question I wanted to ask you guys about that before we get into the round break.
What the fuck is this? Where's the chill ass interview?
With this comp again,
What the fuck is this shit?
Against you guys in kickoff, they had a dominant win there. Was that something you expected to see?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they could have changed it up, but this comp worked really well for them. They 13-4'd us last time, and we didn't like. We got
On Split?
Wins on Split since, but like it was.
Wait, they got 13-4 on Split? No way.
On us, so to me, it made sense from their point of view to play the same comp.
For sure. So I wanted to start this off. This is actually just the first.
Yeah, but they learned, so.
Before we even get into it, I am curious about you guys just set up how you wanted to approach the opening of this game. What's the idea here?
They get 13-4. Wait, that's crazy.
Like last time we played
on Split.
Jordan got punished in mid a lot, got caught out a lot. We played more in the extremities, so just from the get-go, we're calling this. You know, I'm just calling it this
Interesting.
time saying, hey, I think we can play this style, and the idea is we just.
But also new
We
team.
punish them if they try to go heavy mid. Zach's there. We got a stun ready and catch him out.
Got you. Cool. So.
Second just standing there like,
Just trying to go for a straight up A play. You guys have left the site open, just playing for a retake. As they're getting in off the splash, sadly there is one casualty. Who is it that goes down?
I think I played this round really
It's
well.
Zekken. You know what? Let me answer it.
So from there, Asuna gets that 1 kill, falls back, and at this point, this is where I really want to get into what's going through the team's minds. If we're going to expand the mini-map here, because they do plant for heaven, they have the for screens, which I'm assuming you guys fully expect to be the case. So what's the approach now, playing for retake against this like really util-heavy comp that they've got?
I mean,
Dude, imagine playing 3 games in a row and this guy is asking you stupid ass questions.
Recognizing they pretty much used all the util they had to exec, so even though unlucky Zach dies, like even in a 4v5, they feel like they have to push because they don't have any.
I hope they're getting paid for this shit.
Otherwise, and I'm not sure if you remember.
Like extra.
Probably dead common like an animal.
Are you a dead calmer?
I'm a big dead calmer. I mean, we were calling to refight ramp and take some space back ramp, and I don't think we fully commit to it. I think we take some fights and they use a bit more util and they're pretty much out of it, and then we go back through heaven.
But, so Nared's
Oh
kind
my God,
of
my head hurts.
there, and then you guys double up. Yeah, Bang finally kills Asuna, and then from there, you guys just completely circumvent the wall and screens. Everybody just pours out of heaven off the flash. And then, what are the comms like in a situation like this? Are you continuing to dead comm at all for people, or?
I don't think it was. I think it was Marshall who said it. We saw that they had Teo and Astro ramp, so we called to wall up and just ignore them completely and isolate the 2 guys on site. And then from there, I'm not talking anymore, and it's just all up to them to calm their scaling and how they're gonna take these fights on the guy's site.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I thought this. The refight in was really cool. That flash, then you guys push back. So you already have someone on the spike as well. And then, is this something to go slightly back that you had kind of thought of prior for this retake situation, where you can see like Zellsis is playing over there, back by vents. So when they rewrap, you know, up a ramp here to fight when it's planted for heaven, is that?
Dude, I'd be so fucking tired. I would have punched this guy in the face.
Pretty much, yeah. When we saw that it was planted for heaven, we knew we had to keep 1 there. He could have been. Jordan could have mixed up his positioning. He could have been here or deeper or on the rafter even looking back, but just keeping 1 guy there in general so they don't have heaven control for free is really valuable.
For sure. And then, yeah, from there, I mean, it just...
Dude, I hate the analytics.
Down 1 second to start the round. You dead commed. You pulled your weight with a dead comb.
Especially since like 90% of people do not give a fuck.
Just aside from this pistol, just one last question, then I'm going to throw you to the golden
Oh my God, there's...
Just going
We're not on the interview yet. Like, I'm waiting for the fucking interview.
What was an adjustment for you as an individual this time compared to when you went up against 100 Thieves with this in kickoff?
For me, it was just being even more ready for their fast plays. They have a ton of like breach stun, Astra stun, sage slow, like trying to very quickly take space. So I was playing around that and just trying to position myself right outside of their util so I could punish, or if I was on a different side of the map, TPing to the other side and being able to punish that as well after they blew out their util.
Gotcha. Well, listen, you guys obviously showed out. You played great. I'm going to send you to Golden Boy over on the comfy chairs, but thank you for joining me.
Of course, man.
Well played today.
Appreciate it.
Come to me. Just walk. You can just walk. Trust me. Don't worry. If you trip on anything, it'll explode. But outside of that, it's all good.
Noted.
It's good to have you guys. Good to have you guys. Cabby, Zach, you can join me over here at the edge. Yeah, feel free to grab the mustachio mosh pit there.
Those are mustaches? I thought they were fucking hands.
That must have felt good. Right, I must have felt like after what happened in Bangkok. Let's start with you, Zach. And how does it
It looks
feel
like eyebrows.
pulling off that win, especially the way that you guys did on Split was quite the dominant victory.
It feels great. I'm really happy to be 1-0 to start the split. It's a great, like the best way we can start. And
They have to answer more questions.
a lot to learn, so I'm excited to go back in the VOD and
Like,
see
why did they do the whole analytic thing?
the perfect start.
So during the setup for this matchup, we had talked about the post-Bangkok, the big speech that you had given as well. Actually, I was kind of curious after that, right? Was it just like a conversation of everyone just like, okay, hey guys, this is what we want to fix? Did you feel like it just became a much more open dialogue after you had expressed yourself?
I think it was already an open dialogue. Like, we're the type of team where we are very comfortable being able to talk about that and confront each other about the things we think we need to be better at. So I think the dialogue was already open, and that was just me kind of participating in that. But I think we've made a massive step forward since then. And
do you participate a lot in that? Okay, yeah, I figured.
I'm a big yapper.
Yeah, you're big.
But yeah, I think we improved a lot at our.
He's like, me too, bitch.
And our decisiveness, and I think, like, especially in this series, it showed a lot. Like, I think we were 10 times better at that compared to Bangkok.
Yeah, and now you guys have this massive
I
break.
mean, they're playing more as a team, so.
Big things. I know you were focusing a lot on the fun. Fun was the word I think I heard at least like 10 times. You guys talk about fun. But outside of the fun, what were some of the things that you were like, hey, we really got to nail this down or else it's going to cost us in the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of what we focused on, other than fun, is keeping things simple. Like, it's a big thing. That
Team play.
we talked about.
It's upside down.
We just focused on like making sure we make simple plans together.
Yeah.
Say them with your chest. You know, say it as a command. Just play the game. Don't overthink it. I think there's a lot of spots where we were overthinking it.
No, for sure.
Don't think, just shoot.
We do have open dialogue.
The wise words of Oxy.
During scrim days, like being willing to just get into it. Because things get tense, and it felt like sometimes we were going into matches with more baggage than we needed to, because we were just tiptoeing a little more than we need. I think. When you get into it, when you butt heads, when it gets a little spicy, and you come out the other side in the same day, playing well and having a good time and laughing, like that's really what makes you feel like family and makes you play more comfortable.
Sometimes you gotta check that baggage in so you can hit that flight. You know what I'm saying? And you guys are soaring today for sure.
What?
Excellent to see. Last thing, real fast.
What the fuck did he just say?
With the pencil mustache, just like Mosh over there.
Ooh.
Can you pull it off like Sideshow? He's got like the whole bushy thing going on.
If we qual to Toronto the next game, I'll get a little stash.
Let's go! I'm in. Okay, I have a barber I could take you to. It'll be absolutely perfect. He needs to work because Lord knows he ain't getting work from me. Now, in any case, though, folks, here's week 1 of stage 1 officially in the books. Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings and where we are. Cause look at that. What do you know?
Oh my God!
At the top with a plus 16 differential with that 1-0, and then with that victory, Evil Geniuses will take the second spot over Kruvisa, but of course there's still plenty of season left to go. I don't know who you guys have next. We
have Crew.
You have Crew next.
What's 16?
None. No thoughts. Focus on our game. Win.
Wait, what the? How the fuck do those numbers? Okay, now anyways, I'm gonna go eat dinner. I hope it's ready.
I don't know.
Okay, bye.
Screw it. Let's just roll with that.
I think that's the way the players respond to me as well.